Welcome to Paladin's 1v1 Cup, guys. Today's master will be Nicov. For everyone who does not know how this works, we will have him play against all the other 7 opponents. He can decide what opponent he wants to play first and what map he wants to play against him. He has a free pick of civilization but cannot repeat his picks. First choice was Paladin for an Arabia map, and he has an interesting civilization pick, I have to say, because let's jump into game number 1. He is playing Mongols. On the other side we have Paladin playing the Indians here, and yeah, that kind of says Nicov wants to go for some laming, maybe some counterattack against potential Koreans and wanted to outsmart his enemy there, but Paladin not going for the Koreans. Do the wins only count when you are master, or wins also count when you are a challenger? They also count as a challenger. Front lamp. That's right, set off. And already got the first war, now pushes some deer in, and I believe he was expecting Koreans to be picked out of Paladin here, and probably wanted to counter that with the early Mongols uptime. If Paladin can get a wall off, could be a close game. Why would you? Well, Indian camels are somewhat strong for sure. Okay guys, this is the time where you write down your predictions. Nicov will play 7 games. How many of those will he win? I personally will predict if... let's go for a 6-1 for Nicov. I think he's the big favorite to win this whole tournament. At least for me, and well, we will see how this is going to be played out. 5-2 or 4-3, 6-1, 5-2, 7 for Nicov, 5-2, a lot of, well, everyone seeing him as a favorite. Let's see. Is this challenger to random? No, he can pick it as well. And we don't really know if there are any restrictions on the challenger side. The post that initially was announcing the tournament said there is a restriction, but there was no clarification what that restriction could be, and we didn't see any restrictions yet from the players. So probably there was just a no missing in the information thread, so probably no limitations for the challengers. Lord Turfax using your Twitch Prime, thank you so much. 1 hit on Let's Scouts, and looks like pop 18 out of Nicov. Paladin's map, not the greatest one ever. Kind of open gold. Maybe if he can get some walls off over here, that looks a bit more doable. Left hand side still super open though. Will be tricky for him. Let's see how he's trying to approach this. Double scouts is absolutely an option, something we could see here. How does it look? Paladin looks like he wants to go up with pop 20 here. So should be somewhat over a minute later. Nicov even going for the deer push number 3 here. So his scouting is very limited at the moment. Interesting. Paladin, looking at the score, should know that deer pushing is what Nicov is doing. Really, you forgot scoreboard? Oh, I put that off yesterday. But here we go. Thanks for taking care of me, guys. And here we go. Nicov versus the world. 7 games to be seen. And 2 more pop by Paladin, but 1 minute 13 seconds later. Do we not have loom from Nicov? Oh, no loom from Nicov. I didn't catch that. So pop 18 without loom. Pretty solid timing. 8 6 there. This turn is nice Arabia practice for Paladin. Yeah, well, Paladin clearly the weakest player of them all. So everyone kind of tries to pick him on the most skillful map, I want to say. Yeah, potentially that. Let's see. Was played as a master so far. Vilis yesterday and ACCM at the first day. This will go on for another 5 days, guys. 5 more masters to come. Scouts out of Nicov. No surprise here. Paladin? Why am I not seeing his barracks? Okay, now over here. But that's going to be a bit late, right? Surprised if you get enough wood for the stable. I'd just be skeptical, nearly.
Yes.
Nice link. Then I think I will add this as standings for everyone. Add comment standings and will be added. What rating is Paladin playing in usually? He has like 2 to 50 1v1 and like 2.1k team game rating. So he is an absolute top beast in the world. But yeah, the other guy's even sicker. And well, I don't even need to deny that pyramid. Initially Vivi was in this tournament as well, but didn't show up for day 1 and then they replaced him with Jinghua, who didn't sign up with his wife for the tournament, so he could be in the new Ares team that seems to be forming around Tim there. Maybe Vivi, CL, Jinghua, Tim could be a deadly team as well. And I heard rumors that they're even trying to get a 3rd team running. Ah, he's playing with Straight Out Joffrey Whoop, so that's their team number 3. So Vivi, Tim is even another one. Oh, got it. Okay, tricky stuff. And makes it tougher for, yeah, the contestants trying to go for the 8th place in this tournament. Not 7 seats kind of filled. Let's see if we can witness any surprises here. At the moment, no kills. Nicov running away. He's the aggression guy at the moment. Paladin might be able to return the favor here. Let's take a look. Nicov now trying to go for some walls. Oh, first aggression, 1 villager down, second one not focused down. Maybe he tries to attack the spearman, not really attack at the berries at the same time. Paladin, I think he should get that one if he micros correctly. 2 more hits needed and gets him. Runs away quite nicely. Walls at the right hand side not helping him. The spearman earlier could have been a nice addition. Low HP villagers coming back, but I think he should be able to do it. Oh wait, 1 villager could go down in exchange of a spearman. Indeed, gets 1 extra hit off, but that's okay-ish for Paladin, I believe. Now ahead by 2 villagers even. Belize as a master yesterday, only taking 1 single win. Not the greatest scenario for him for sure. Villager will die over here. Spearman kind of out of position. Let me see, 3 over here even. Let's take a look at the wood line. Some quick walls. I think some quick walls before in front of the berries would have been a bit better. And now mass spearman defense here from Paladin. I count 4, 5 spearmen even. That's more than you normally want to build. Walls at the left hand side finished a bit earlier. He could have maybe just put like 2-2 or something. Tricky scenario for sure. But he's also annoying at the side against Nicov, who already walled the right hand side completely. Leaves that still open. Let's see how that continues. Nicov needs to go back here. Quite an aggressive game here. Scouts trying to raid everywhere and finds another opening and finds another villager. That's sweet stuff for Nicov. He at the moment is the one leading with the villagers. Suddenly he's the one ahead. That's open. Needs to wall something behind here, and that's obviously open as well, but you can easily see that. But yeah, except that he is going to be walled. And I'm so excited. I personally believe Nicov is one of the strongest players in the world. At some point he was number 2 for me overall in the world after the Viper, even before Leary. A lot of people called me crazy, but I'm a big fanboy, and let's see how he will perform. For now, well, closing that could really help him, and obviously the front here. Walls at the right hand side. $1,000 on the line in this tournament, $500 for first, so kind of makes sense to play your very best here and don't try to hide any strategies for any reasons, kind of. Yeah. But not a lot of big 1v1 tournaments for any of those around, so I wouldn't really know why. Now going for forging, allowing the villagers to die a bit quicker, and bam! Another catch. 7-3 KD for Nicov here, and he is just toying with Paladin. Now, I'm not sure if we could call that debating, and oh, look at that. Those quick walls. He saw the scouts coming in, and then at the right time, still managing to do that. That's why those scouts were idle for a small second, not allowing Paladin to return the favor there with the kills. He's going for wheelbarrow now, so we'll have a better eco in the very long run, but less villagers, so And Nicov already also a very strong team game player. Yeah, I think so. Will he catch another villager? Yes, he will. That was sloppy. That one didn't have full HP. And look at that, Nicov with bloodlines plus 3 attack and the block formation here, so that the scouts don't line up that much. ACM won 3 games on Wednesday. Paladin now up. Let's take a look at the resources of Nicov, who will switch on to CA. At least that's what I'm expecting. Could also go for archers, but unlikely scenario. But only 4 on gold, so he needs to make something happen there. Now send some over, I believe just pulling some away from farms could also be an option. Archer range number 2. I'm very sure this is going to be CA. Yeah, no archer production started, 3rd archer range, and well, somewhat okayish of, oh god, this is still open. Somewhat okayish of a unit against pikemen defense, obviously great. Against camels, well, if microed correctly, he can do some sweet moves there as well. Another villager going down. This is just so brutal. Oh, and this one, Nicov commits here as well. And might even get that one. 2 more hits needed. 1, 2. Look at that. How many kills is he getting? This is just ridiculous. Look at that 10 villager advantage now. Yeah, I believe Nicov has no wheelbarrow. And yeah, he does not. But still, 10 villagers is just sick here. And it's not like he needs the scouts in the long run. Now only the blacksmiths. Second stable, so camel production will start for sure. 1 spearman, what is he doing? Is he trying to scout if there is a forward coming? Kind of looks like it. How do elite Mangodice do against Im camels? I believe somewhat even-ish. So yeah, if microed, probably Mangodice a bit better, since you can always decide when to fight. I think I would have deleted that house and just built another mining camp or TC now or something. But well, he's going for ballistics approach and just wants to stay active. Might in the long run need to delete that farm just to reroll a bit better. And now shows his tag switch. See how Paladin will react to that. If he is maybe switching to skirmishers or just stays on his camels. At the moment, +2 defense for them is getting +1 attack. And more CA than all the upgrades. Look at that. +2, +1. Thumping on the way already has ballistics as well. So that will be a scary force. Has husbandry as well. Bloodlines. He will just micro all day long with those CA. Now monastery as well. We'll get a free kill. Easy peasy. Still 10 villagers ahead, and I believe we still don't have wheelbarrow. Yes. So that's something he really needs to catch up with. But what is that of a house? I wanted to create a nice tight area here. Oh, look at those camels bugging out. Paladin, what are you doing? Oh, he needs to retreat. That's so bad. That's so bad. Oh, like 4 camels lost without really attacking at all. Oh, and that one beautiful house. I just felt like I might try. But it worked out so well. So well. 20 to 12 KD now. And yeah, this is just so annoying. He can just micro this in and out. Oh, goddy. +3 defense. Yeah. That's okay, but still, they are doing quite some damage, and the faster firing rate with the Mongols. So good. Two GCs added now at the same woodline. Bit questionable to me, but well, that's the point where you get the most attacks, so kind of makes sense. Now trying to go for the first convert. Paladin is going for the monk, but that means he's fighting quite some time against the CA at the same time. Not too sure about that. And yeah, okay, going for that makes sense. Kind of no other woodlines really around that are worth taking, so I can see the reasoning, and most of the fighting will happen over there anyways. Now both are upgrades. Monk trying to get another conversion. Oh, CA bugging out quite a bit. And he will lose another monk. Will do some damage against the camels in exchange, but that wasn't the greatest usage of those just yet. And that's a good fight for Paladin again. Interesting. What is Paladin doing in the meanwhile? We have him at 3 TCs pretty soon. Tricky stuff. I think I would love to see Nicov being a bit more careful. I think he's just randomly patrolling in. I think some stand ground and trying to... Exactly, that's better. Just hit once, go back, hit once, go back is the better choice here, and let his eco carry him. He knows that he cannot fall behind too much against the villager numbers of Paladin, unlikely that he goes on to 40 Cs. And just staying active and preparing yourself for a very strong army is pretty sexy here. Small problem could be that the Mongols player here cannot really attack for halberdiers. Okay. Now the pikeman tech. Okay. Nicov wants to do some aggression here in Castle Age, as it seems. Let's take a look. Pikeman upgrade running for him. 2 more barracks added. Has a nice food eco overall here. Archery rangers. Well, 1 is still running. And yeah. If we see pikemen, Paladin needs to get onto skirmishes to get a real counter here. Otherwise this will get really tricky. This villager looks like a siege workshop though. Indeed, that's what he's going for. Maybe scorpions are an option as well. And now Nicov shows his pikeman tech. I think that's a bit early. I think waiting for like 6 to 8 pikemen could have been the better option. But oh god, this is so annoying. He's always moving in. You always kind of getting aggro there. Now another monk could get sniped down. +1 defense for the pikeman. He needs to get +2, I believe. Oh no, oh, not sure. Oh, and look at that Paladin. He is always like engaging, disengaging, losing some camels here, losing some camels there. Well, the monks are a bit over aggressive at all times here. And is doing a great job of sniping those. But now again, losing 3 camels and going back. 13 villager, the advantage here for Nicov KD. Not increasing too much, and we are adding another stable here. As Mr. Paladin. Now a mangonel, interesting. And wheelbarrow, way too late. Way too late. Oh, one big mangonel shot. Look at that. All red. Tough one. Tough one. Finally, a monk getting conversion. Mangonel hit. Not really happening. Shooting that down. And I saw some units being split off. Why is he splitting off some units? Makes very little sense to me. Do you think he can get a raid in? Actually, he can. Going back to the gold, over-chopping that wood line. Allows him to do that now. But in the meantime, Nicov can maybe search for some more aggression. Paladin now squeezing in a lot of upgrades. And those camels, how much will they get? They are trying to go for that gold, but that's the protected one, so that's not really going to happen. At the front, no real engagement. Nicov will lose 1 villager, and that's it. And camels? Well, even Indian camels don't perform too well against. Don't tell me he's getting. Oh god, what a nice quick wall here. I think it backed out a bit as well, but that was pretty sweet. 4 different villages and 4 different houses, and he will not allow those camels to get in. Paladin still camping that hill in the center though. And let's see how Nicov will chase this down. Shouldn't be the biggest problem for him. KD is still pretty even. That's mainly because now we're adding some weak pikemen against, well, strong camels, but somewhat costly camels. Villager count. We have Mr. Paladin somewhat catching up. He is still at 3 TCs though. Camel production continues, and now we're getting into the pikeman numbers that are getting a bit more scary. 3 monks as well. Good mangonel hit here to start off the fight. And now we see Paladin moving in. Nice mangonel shot. Will he get another one off? Yes, but completely missing. Camels now at the left hand side fighting off against the pikemen. That's a horrible engagement. I believe all the camels will die here, and maybe with that, all the hopes of getting control of that hill and therefore controlling that map. He's now searching stone chef mining. Already has close to 600 stones, so defensive castle is an option. But Nicov now with the aggressive one. Tricky stuff, and that was a costly one. Let's take a look. Well, that's a ballsy castle. Let's take a look if he snipes that mangonel. That I don't really see any defense against Lucier. I think the castle won't get up, and it's so clumped up here as well. I think this has to be GG, guys. Yeah, he needs to... Nicov, why is Nicov going back? Well, doesn't really matter because Nicov surely could have denied that the castle. He wanted to have it squeezed in so that it blocks the passing. Would have been a very expensive castle for sure. And Nicov is taking potentially the easiest win of the day against Paladin on Arabia. Let's see how the other games will go for him. A good start to a good day of Age of Empires. Next enemy will be release for Mr. Nicov. Simply the CA rating here. Well, just this moving in, moving out isn't really an option if you ask me. Maybe going for some skirmishes would have been better. Maybe some mangonels earlier, try to hold that area. But also just losing too many villagers at 1.41 to 31 villagers. Just Nicov being so much more active there with the scouts, getting so many more villager kills. That was just brutal. Overall resources, not that decisive. But yeah, the efficiency in fighting there, that was what really counts. let's take a look at the TIF picks. So now we are out of Mr. Paladin, and we have now Vilis being picked. And Nicov, he's already crawling up to 3 wins here. And we had Masters of ACM and Vilis. So obviously those are the days where you really need to get your wins in, and we won't have Arabia anymore. And we also won't have Mongols anymore. Music intensifies. How are y'all doing today, guys? It's very hot in Germany. I ordered like standing high-end fan that should cool my room down a bit more. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Should arrive tomorrow. Let's pray that that all works out. Till then, I'm just going to sweat and stay in front of my warm computer for 12 hours a day. I like this journey content. You watch all good players in one day. Somewhat. Lily, give me your address and I will get something real arriving at your house. Kalini, thanks. My father's actually oh god, like working in climate engineering, and I called him and asked for some advice, and he like advised me the fancy shit, and I always needed to have like air out of my window, and then like a pillow that's kind of between the wall and the open window, and that's all just too weird, and I also want to move it between rooms, so I kind of decided against that. But thanks, Kalini, for the offer. Unless you have something that I didn't check yet. No storm in Hamburg that cooled it down? No, in Germany it was 30 plus degrees for the last week. Nothing to cool us down. Kalini just wants to know the name of the shisha bar below Snilly's place. Potentially. Get some calculator, please. I have 2 calculators here. Look at that. Good. Casio quality. Never used those before though. I don't even know how did I get to that one? They look so ancient. Weird. I also had to buy a fan. Yeah. Well, I never had an air conditioning in my life. At any apartment. We always only had fans. I only know air conditioning quality from like hotels or when I was in Vegas. Yeah, I know that Nordrhein-Westfalen had some big action. And you also know who has some big action. It's Mr. Nicov against Vilis, and they are playing Nomad and both picking Malians. And now you might wonder, Malians? Why would they pick Malians? Well, you can build a TC, you can build a dock, and you can build a fishing ship. That's something that normally only persons can provide. So Malians with their great eco afterwards, truly a great pick, and I'm surprised how little we saw that before. And what did you see here? Close to wood, close to gold, deer in the TC, more deer close by, close dog spot. Nicov with a perfect TC placement. Elise, well, wood close by, we'll see his gold, some deer around as well, some boars, but I'd take Nicov's spot any day. Small problem, I didn't scout any stone yet, so he might be one. Oh, I will take that back. Yeah. Looks a bit like a spot on Settlers of Catan, where you want to have connection to all the resources at one spot, and that's what he did. And weirdly enough, Belize not starting with the dock here. Oh, wait, I will take that back. Not really. Okay. Nomad action. One of the 7 maps they can choose of. Why did he choose it against release? I'm not too sure. ACM didn't perform too well on Nomad. Maybe he feels, okay, Nomad is one of my weakest maps and release is the second weakest player. So if I want to go for 7 wins, that's how I have to approach this. And see Pedro in the house. Hey, hey. It isn't a good dog? Well, it's tough to have a much better dog on Volatile Kingdoms. Or just think about it, on AOC you would have had like 6, 7 deep fish here. It's 4 close by, 5, 6. That's okay. For Volatile Kingdoms, Nomad, that's totally fine. Fish for Nicov, now 2 fish for... Oh, 2 fish for Elise, I meant. And Nicov will have 2 pretty soon as well. 1 villager ahead. Do we see Loom out of Elise? No, so he's a bit behind there. Like half a villager. $1,600 caster. Well, I didn't like how ACM played it. And it doesn't matter how many games you played on one map. It just is a big random factor, and he maybe thinks, yeah, even if I have a bit of a worse map, I still have a shot to do a comeback against release, but not against Yo, for example. And Neely is sleeping when Nicov is playing Nomad, apparently. Nomad time is 6 AM in Germany. Okay, guys. Solid dogs from both, I have to say. Not as we analyzed yesterday with Doubt together, having a bad TC is bad dog is kind of tough. Nicov going for the nice walls here. Will control quite a lot of map for himself. What did he scout? Okay. Well, 1 house over here. And then he only needs to wall that area and is completely safe from all land aggression. Ah, he just wanted to have the sheep outside and now he will wall behind that. At least that's what I'm thinking. I already ate a pizza today as well, Pedro. Or actually like 6/8 of it. Oh, is that dog really that good? I think over here would have been a better spot. And if you see the edge of the map being so close, you very rarely want to add a second dog. I think over here makes so much more sense, especially because he saw basically all the edge of the map. Huh, weird stuff. Take a look at resources. Looks like Nicov could click up in maybe a minute. On the other side, we just needed to see the second building finish after the dock, the lumber camp, and now we can see the upclick release. Some villagers still behind, but that's mainly because no loom from Nicov as well, who doesn't really need that and wants to go onto water, as it seems. Oh, even adding another fishing ship and 1 villager around. What does Release know about the dock positioning? Oh, he didn't scout those. Huh. Lots of map control or map vision, though, from both players. As you can see, scouted quite a bit. Kind of know where the enemy TC has to be. Losing the sheep there. And now we'll get another confirmation that the TC will be here, losing that one. Uptime difference of 27 seconds. That's roughly 1 villager. Nicov 2 ahead. That's the loom as well. So somewhat even starts, we have to say, of Elite. 19 villagers? Didn't he have 20 just a second ago? I thought he had 19, but then he had 20? What's going on? He's going to put on some weight if he continues like that. Actually, I'm losing weight at the moment. Doing lots of sports off stream, obviously, and yeah, feeling pretty sick. And now Sniper's telling me that he's playing against Spring in a bit more than 1 hour. But obviously we are going to cast the big boys. Oh, what's over here now? And another dock from Belize at that side. Did he not build any docks at the south? No, not really. Nicov even getting one villager out. Going for fletching. Is he building defensive fires? Yes, he is. Market up as well. Now going for some shawfish, and he will try to defend this. Should have a pretty solid eco here on the other side. Belize, 600 food for him, 200 gold, so that will be fine as well. The spec overlay is increasing the will number just before clicking up or doing wheelbarrow when it goes down after. Why? Oh, maybe because he queued one up? No. That's not how it works, right? Sniper's no big boy. Actually, he's like 195ish or 190. Lieber Bruder Zorn. Actually, his nickname was Nilford at one time as well. DS Nilford. Very old school player. Has been to German lands as well, but I think he kind of stopped playing in 2004-ish. Spring 190? No, Sniper. I never met Spring. But surely will when his team qualifies for the finals in ECL. And they will play against Alliance in the finals. Okay, so far one kill tier 1. Oops, make the 2-1. Losing 2 fire galleys already. Only killing 1 fishing ship. That wouldn't be the greatest efficiency. Nicov, that's a ballsy dog. Huh. 1 minute earlier, castle is timing here from Nicov. He's continuing to go for water and another dog. For my taste, a bit too close to the edge of the map. Against whom the finals? Alliance. Project Belgium, JKT Cloud. I think those are the 2 favorites to make it into the finals. Everyone who says something differently is crazy. No land aggression at all. Now we see the first stable of Belize, but well, he needs transporter to do anything, and even then the maps looks pretty tight here for our player from Argentina, who is ahead by 1 villager. Fishing ship count is a bit weird since they are moving them quite a bit, and therefore the count isn't really correct. At least that's what I noticed in other games. TC number 2. At the other side we have TC number 2 as well. Now killing all the fishing ship here. Oh yeah, military -1 at one point. And now it's 5 fishing ship. Oh, killing that as well. Good start for Nicov KD. Hallelujah. 13-2. 30C running for him as well. And that was just a solid defense. Knowing that he just needs to build some fire galleys. Micros his fishing ship quite nicely away. And now with 4 docks, his fishing ship production shouldn't be the worst either, and still has 1 sneaky build. Maybe he continues to get some more control. At the same time, now Siege Workshop and Night Aggression will come through the center. Nicov trying to react to that by building a monastery. Can you show 6 golds on map? I wonder if Nicov found all. Is that... Are it always 6 golds? We have 1 gold, 2 golds, 3 golds. And he didn't scout the others. That's 1, 2, 3. Didn't scout any of those 3. Yeah, a Czech team will sign up as well. We played against them yesterday and they start to train. Yannick is still an absolute beast, obviously, and yeah, as you said, we still have Eros, Skull, Ovenka, Mango, so that's going to be a very solid team for sure. And yeah, I think it wouldn't surprise, like, it wouldn't be the biggest surprise ever for me if they took 8th spot. But hey, I think it all comes down a lot to seeding as well. Because if you get like seed number 8 or 9, you're playing somewhat of a weaker team. But if you're seed number 12, you're kind of facing Brazil all of a sudden. That could happen to all of them. Alliance, Chile, Eddie's team. Yeah, those are kind of the contenders, right? Together with Czech. Those 4 teams at the moment trying to go for number 9. Do you format of qualifier? What's the question here? And now Redemption even. He wants to defend against those Magnals. Looks pretty sweet for him. Lots of villagers on gold. Even having this one relic kind of helps out as well. And if he gets, yeah, a conversion on that Mangonel, the push is kind of stopped here of Belize, who is stuck at only 2 TC if I see that correctly. Indeed, now picks up a relic himself. But heavily on stone is Nicov, so he can easily build a defensive castle. Shouldn't be the biggest problem for him. Let's take a look. Mike showing this quite nicely. Conversion is real. Debating the knights a bit, hurting them, and well, still enough monks around. Adding some scouts now is released though. That's a nice option. Do you know the format of the qualifier? Yes, it is all written down. But single elimination, 32 teams. 1 4v4, 2 1v1s, 1 2v2, and 1 3v3. The 3v3 is the most important match though. I like to hear TeamSpeak of Alliance team. Well, that's... I would be surprised if they use TeamSpeak. Really surprised. Atonement now from Belize. That's an upgrade that could maybe catch Nicov off guard. Huh. We'll see about that. But still, stone walls up now. Let's take a look. Nicov, how much stone does he have? 703. Building another outpost. I would have loved to see that outpost a bit more forward, and also town watch being researched. Oh, now sees the scouts, and that's even open at the side here. So those are on complete walls, and Nicov with some mistakes here. Now the scouts will get converted, therefore the monks will lose all their faith, and even 2 monks going down, only 1 conversion. Nicov needs instant walls here, if you ask me, if he wants to get that castle up, but he's now starting to delete stuff. Tries to get a... Oh, no, that's not a spot for a castle. Oh, it is. I know nothing about this game, guys. And no stone walls around. I think the scouts should have committed. And now suddenly the scouts could be good against the monks of Belize as well. Trying to go with the atonement, but all the knights and mangonels out of position here. Those were around. He maybe could have done more damage against those villagers, but now Nicov so safe here. 16 villagers ahead, 15 fishing ship in addition to that. Has endless amount of gold, enough resources to click up as well. This looks pretty sexy for our Argentinian superstar. They will use TeamSpeak. Oh, okay. Cloud knows some English, so TeamSpeak should not be a problem. Well, knowing some English doesn't mean you can communicate in TeamSpeak properly. Like, Bacti writes proper English as well. Doesn't mean that it's a joy to have in TeamSpeak. Those random international teams sign up with 6 guys, so it should be a bit easier. Yeah, Otherwise it would get tricky for sure. What's the point to go up with Malians? No strong army anyways. Well, you have traps. You have block printing. That alone I think is okay. Oh, what's going on here? One dock. Okay. Oh, castle villagers somewhat on the wrong side. Now going for forging. Let's see what those ship battles can do. Oh, will this castle be denied? I don't think so. Monks should still do their job. No. And while this castle goes up, Elise in some problems here for sure. We'll lose that mangonel as well. We'll lose all his monks. The battle's out now and efficient. Villager count 20 more imp timing. I believe Elise might give this up. Oh well, Elise goes imp now as well. University, so maybe we see some bombard cannon. That could also be a nice unit. I don't like the late game of Malians. Well, with gold, they're pretty nice. And since he has 3 gold squads, like Farimba Cavaliers, you have solid gunpowder, Gebettos are pretty sexy, SO could do something. So they aren't like super bad. I like the instant chemistry. Oh, getting some hits here, but Monk is around to do some healing. 2 relics for Nicov, 1 for Vilis, who's still trying to set himself up for the long game here. And well, seeing that he's building university, maybe he wants to switch onto gunpowder as well. Now starting his walls at the second layer. Water control still heavily in favor of Nicov. This is redocking pretty nice for sure. And well, doesn't really have control over the north part of the map, so no redocking possible there. Lost that villager at that left hand side finally. After and wheelbarrow again, pretty late. Block printing now flying in, bombard cannons as well. And I think he just needs to focus down those siege workshops. Then he's in a fine spot. He's now going for redemption though. And probably wants to do some magic against the bombard cannons. Let's see what he can do. Gebetto's pretty solid against monks. Can close on the distance pretty nicely. And well, only 3 hits needed. And now 2 bombard cannons. Well, they're doing quite a fine job to kill some stone walls. Siege workshop down. We'll see block printing, +1 defense, chemistry. So that will indeed be the hand cannoneer switch. Oh, those 2 villagers did a good job. Well, they lost their life, but they bought some time for sure. Now Sanctity, so now you need 5 hits from a Gebetto. Oh, actually, yeah. Unless he gets +2. And it becomes down to 4 hits. With the AM plus Tim and Vivi for ECL? No. That would be so weird. No. Tim and Vivi both speak so poor English. I think they need translators in their team. And I don't see MBL doing the translation work for them. Or like any of the AM guys. Oh, and now is he trying to move in here? Seems like he wants to commit. 1 hand cannoneer out, maybe focusing down the traps, 2 conversions against him. And well, that's the first easy kill. Jumping into the TC, but TC, well, against 4 bombard cannons, you're not living the longest of your lives. Monks around and more hand cannoneers dying. The push is real. Nicov, look at the score alone, now having double the population in 155 to 76. Release just being in this game because there's money on the line, I assume. Because this is not really a fair game anymore. Maybe he wants to do some magic with the bombard cannons, but That's really a tournament where we have seen a lot of very late GGs. Kind of surprising to me, because especially if you play... How many games are you playing? 14 games? A single game doesn't count that much compared to a best of 5, best of 7 single elimination bracket, where you really want to stay in as long as possible if you have a single % of chance. But in those games, like for Willis, with his performance yesterday, he will never make it into the top 4 anyways. So yeah, you have to play, try your very best. Maybe someone screws up, but continuing to play in this game at pop 83 and you see like 40 army in front of you. Now Elite Gebetto and +2 defense, so Nicov is really going ham with everything. You know your enemy has a full water control as well. So I think even if Nicov deleted all his units now, he could still simply go into attack switch and win the game. Well, okay, Monk's doing some good job here. Combat cannons, maybe Willis can do the greatest micro ever. But as I said, double the population. And indeed, I was talking about the tech switch. We might see Farimba Lightcav now coming in, some ground checks here, and Willis without a real last engagement is giving this up, realizing, no, it's my population isn't really rising. He's still so active, he can afford Elite Gebettos, he's getting all the upgrades done. His eco has to be good here. Let's see this score was at 8.5 to 4.6. No chance for Mr. Willis here for sure. And Nicov is taking the 2-0 against potentially the 2 easier opponents. Wow, how is this KD so weird? 30 losses for Willis, 11 more kills for Nicov. Did I miss a lot of Mangonel action? And Bombard cannon action there? Oh no, it's conversions. My bad. Okay. Yeah, 2 relics kicking in as well. Pretty solid performance from Mr. Nicov, and he is asking Lux at the next challenge. Tef packs. We won't have Mr. Lux, and Nicov is now up to 4 wins. He won't be allowed to pick Nomad again, and he won't be allowed to pick Malians again. So after Lux, we still have the Max, Yo, Jinghua, and ACCM coming. So quite a strong lineup of incredible players still on the menu. Still going with the 7-0. How will we see? 1.6k casting. Thank you. Yesterday I was insulted to be a 1.5k caster, so I clearly stepped up my game as it seems. Mr. Hardy Hard flying in. Thank you so much, mate. I'm training hard to be. Oh, well, I didn't even meant to be. That is a joke. To complete your lineup at the 5th sky 4 AM. So your Twitch Prime means I don't need to go and work that so much at McDonald's. Yeah. The road to 2K cast is back. A lot of discussion here when it comes to team forming, and rumors that Vivi and Tim are joining AM. So hard. Feel free to talk. You mean to replace MBL? Nice. Well, I would do that as well. I honestly still feel I wouldn't be the worst 5th guy for AM. They could kind of profit from me. But, well, we will see about that. And before that, I will place you Peruvian AS. Oh, no, everyone is coming. And we're talking about AM lineups. And then let's show you some Age of Empires moving villagers here as well. Because we will have an Italian war on islands. Nicov against Mr. Lux. Lux, a player that I don't typically know as a very strong water player. But remember, he was in the lineups when SY beat Tyrant on water. I heard Nili and Spirit of the Lord joining AM. Well, wouldn't that be great? Nili math and Spirit of the Law math. Can you talk about teams and your views before closing stream? Or maybe YouTube video? What's your exact question? Not all lineups are out yet. So you want me to speculate what the teams are going to be, or how the teams that already signed up will perform? Someone will have to do it when we are so late that we have to start panicking about it. So, question is, how many people are you signing up? There's still one. I shouldn't say that, because he could be a better pick than me. The strongest non-signed up player yet, that probably won't find a team that easily now, is Winchester. So, I will just spread the rumor. Winchester will be the 5th guy for AM. Not the biggest fan of that. Is Slam playing with Tyrant? Yes. Oh, you don't have a 5th at all? Well, that's kind of risky. But yeah, why not? If you all know that you can commit for a year. Well, the thing is, I think it also makes sense to not add a 5th guy yet and just see who doesn't qualify. Because like we will have obviously Hera, Lan, maybe some of the Alliance guys. A lot of like solid 5th guys won't qualify. So we'll see about that. Maybe 8th Wonder could be a nice addition as well. 30 and MBL connected so well. Who's gonna let Larry play when AM doesn't qualify? I think simply because of the seeding, it's pretty impossible for the top 4 not to qualify. Because they will play against like 1600s. I would be surprised if we see like more than 12 teams that are higher than 2K. Hera. Well, isn't he great? Well, keeping that board at 80 food and rottening just to take another deer. Not GTO to me. Slackturn. Oh, AM Slackturn. AM Stark as well. That's true. Stark is nowhere. Interesting stuff. Looks with the very defensive dock here. Kind of surprising to me. And both players sending 5 on wood. Normally, if you're Italians, I believe sending 4 on wood is the better strategy. Since your fish and chip are so much cheaper. And well, that's just a screwed up build order here. Well, actually it worked out okay. It is why Mentalist and Spain joined the Brazilians. Well, what's the question there? Naps won't have a team and Brazilians asked them if they wanted to join. Dogao won't be able to play in the tournament. I have no idea why they signed up with him. That is just blocking one spot. And I think Spain and Mentalist are absolute beasts and can perform incredibly well in 3v3 and 4v4 situations. Maybe not the 1v1 Masters, especially Spain, but I think they can easily take wins. Yeah, and Pike and Sopi already went for Finland. Pike moved back to Finland from what I heard. Lugao can play for the first 2 events. I think he had time for the first 2 events, but they already told him that he won't be allowed to play, since it's 1-1 and 3-3. He only played it before. He was in TeamSpeak with us yesterday and talked about it. What's up with Lugao? Did he stop playing? No! He played with us yesterday and will play today. In the Z Cup, I believe, semifinals today with Andorin. But he will move to Malta to study, and it will be tricky for him to stay active there. Malta. Quite a nice country, guys. Quite a nice country. Had some legendary nights there. And trips. 5% ship compared to 4. Nicov needs to go for some aggression. Has very good waypoints here to do some of that. Still 4 sheep left, so the start is pretty solid. I don't really like that mining camp if I have 6 on gold. I put 6 on gold, I think I want to have it 1 tile away. 5 on gold for Nicov here, now sending some on berries, and well, he scouted the top a bit, didn't see anything, and now is trying to go for the left hand side approach, and now switching on to galleys. Philip! 3 months! For everyone who doesn't know Philip, EZ. He is the star interviewer in Germany now, after having a very successful interview with Eddie, talking about Viper. I will invite him to Nils Apartment Cup to interview players now. Great knowledge about the game. Very composed way of talking to people. Oh, demo! Oh, actually got a full hit off. Matches could be 2.4k easy. Everyone could be 2.4k easy. We just need to play 14 hours a day for half a year. And be smart and dedicated about it. Now going for fletching, already 4 galleys out, and I believe the transition is a bit faster here by Nicov. Manchester was the guy who introduced M&A forward meta. I'm not sure about that. Why is nearly not 2k yet? I'm bad. I'm old. I'm not playing enough. And maybe one day I will. But the inflation is getting higher. What's the exchange ratio? Monthlies to month? But they 1-to-1. 6-4 KD, Nicov again in good control, and Galley is out now, so should go for some nice micro at the moment. His fishing ship still protected. It's only down to 4 fishing ships, so did kill 1, and already doing some more damage against those fire galleys. Let's take a look if they can go for some surround. Nicov, is he splitting off his army? No, just a small misstep here. He's trying to micro that, and now getting kind of cornered here. Let's see how he will react to that. Not sending some army to the front. Going to 100-hour casting and 100 hours playing. I already am doing the schedule for that. I have like 60 hours filled already. Maybe I will play some more. But well, I'm motivated to improve at the moment. So maybe I can do something. Achieve something great. Also great is that Nicov is building a lot of outposts here. Did town watch, so he was scared of a landing, but now should know, well, I'm somewhat safe here. And already looking to get resources. Oh, and Lux is already up here. Oh, interesting. That's way faster. And so many more sheep left was pretty nice for him. And yeah, one deer still not used. And I believe Nicov, he should start the dance a bit more. Take a look, Demo is taking a good hit off. Huh. Now chasing those down. Nicov, is he building transporter? Now he is. What are those archers going to achieve? Obviously we have fletching here for Nicov, so maybe 4 archers alone or 5 archers could do quite something. Block the gold, maybe block the wood lines. Tough spot to get some quick walls in. So that option is there. Can Nicov exploit that? He at the moment has the better score, has more map vision, kind of has the control. Let's see how he micros against those fire galleys. And transporter, is he waiting for more archers? Maybe he's waiting for 5. He should click up to castle age. Is he maybe not knowing that he can click up cheaper? No, he knows. Okay, now up, but 2.5 minutes later, Nicov, well, that will potentially kind of surprise him. Let's take a look. Do we have enough resources to build extra TCs? He sold 100 wood. Could build another one here. And well, the archers not in time. At the same time, galley micro killing some of the demos. War galley upgrade is coming in, and oh god, that's the wrong direction, Nicov. Oh, yo, 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 yo. That was a big hit against the front line of all his galleys there. Tricky move, and Lux performing pretty well here on water, and oh, that was a heavy one. Now archers are coming over, and yeah, even if they eat some villagers, I believe Lux kind of stabilize. Let's see. Maybe if it's super unlucky. Get killed here, instant reaction by Lux. One villager might lose his life. Not even that. Oh god. And Nicov is not doing a lot of damage here. We'll get... How many villagers will he get? Maybe 2, maybe 3. Meanwhile, Nicov is running here. Ugly spot for him. Staying active with archers. Lux is getting a scorpion out though. Cancelled one of his TCs. Simply to get out more wood. Now building barracks. I believe that scorpion alone could maybe do something. There's coming out that side. Nicov getting crossman and bodkin arrow. Also the war galley upgrade. Should do proper micro here for stock for him. He's trying to do quite a lot of stuff. Those archers. Tricky move. I'm surprised if they will achieve a lot. Scorpion already doing quite some damage here. And this is the first tough game for Nicov. Getting chased down by those war galleys. Second scorpion around. And those crossmen, what did they achieve? I believe 1 villager kill. Did force some units out, yeah, but he was hoping for more. Now going for some dog repairs. Something we don't see too often. And the 5th dog, I think his eco isn't great enough to go for 5 dogs. I think that's not how it works. Remember guys that war galleys create way faster than normal galleys as well. Demo getting 1 solid hit off. Invest another one. Well, we'll try to get a good connection over here, and we'll get one. 6 HP left here. We'll flee with those. Military count at the moment 15 to 10. So maybe he can still make some magic happen. No fishing ship for him though. 2 at the other side. Villager count, 5 more for Lux, who is going up to his 30 pretty soon, at least that's what I'm expecting. And indeed, villagers are moving here. That's kind of exactly the right spot here. No ballistics yet, at least that's what I noticed so far. Guys, keep the chat in English, please. The Max streams, yeah, I saw him having the title test stream the other day. So maybe a week ago or something. You got it? Very even population here, 2 ahead for Nicov at the moment. He's down by 5 villagers. Some military ahead. What was for the market? The building that we normally see built way before that. This time he upped with the archery range though. Take a look, Demo's trying to get some hits in. Oh, sneaky siege workshop here. Didn't he not know about the house? He did know. Huh, interesting. Anything more? No, those are just leftovers. A dock at the front by Lux. Surprising to me. Defensive tower now. That one shouldn't do that much. Shouldn't it be in range of the war galleys? 8 range? I think he can kill that, right? Why isn't he trying to? Weird. Oh, demo. Oh, shot before it could really do anything. Fire galley still around, but we still have the demos as well. Nicov at the moment, very dominant on the water. A second siege workshop out of Lux. That's surprising to me as well. Now fire galleys are arriving, the transporter is getting chased away, and Lux is up to Imperial Age. Hallelujah, completely did not see that coming. What is he trying to go for? Maybe land and condos? Maybe simply condo defense? Or is he just trying to go on the water with fast fire galleys? Fast fire ship, I mean. But that shouldn't really happen. Ballistics still missing. Oh. Lux losing quite a lot of HP here. Oh, and not retreating far enough. That's just bad. Getting some more unnecessary shots. At the other side, Nicov, he's at 70 food, now queuing up more farms, so he will click up in like 4 or 5 minutes. But before that, pretty tricky scenario. Defensive tower was forced, killing another villager. Ah. Do Italians get fast fires? Yes, they do. Another dock down, so now we're down to 3. I think they don't get heavy demos. The fast fire is actually somewhat okay. Lux knows more about Nicov at the moment than Nicov knows about the water plans of Lux here. Still has a lot of control over his whole island, so condo landing is not really an option. Now sees more docks here at the center. Weird. Oh, Demo's getting the connections in before the fast fire ship upgrade. Now going for Botkin arrow as well? Well, that makes little sense to me. Going for both fast fires and scallions. But indeed, he's queuing up some war galleys here. Weird. Nicov still having some war galleys left over here. Might get some kills in. Still no ballistics. That makes me crazy. Let's take a look. Does he even have a university? No, he does not have a university. And, well, killing all those now. Trying to go for yet another redock. But that's just so costly. How many docks did he build in this game? Like 15-ish? That alone is such a big investment. Yeah, an upgrade coming now though. Oh well, and War Galley against Fast Fire Ship. Bracer coming in as well. Feels like Lux is still in a good spot. Huh. Botkin for casters to protect docks? No. It was for the Galleon switch. Nice casting and nice viewer numbers meanwhile. Make Hippo great again. Thanks, I'm trying to. Actually, you are making the Hippo great again. Another very late wheelbarrow. Nicov is doing the complete hardstyle, ignoring wheelbarrow for way too long. Nicov camping here. Huh. Oh god, they are so efficient. Look at that. Morgan only do 1 damage against fast fire ships. Now he really needs to run. Uh-oh. We see if we had like 5 fast fire galleys here, this could maybe even be the end, but against 3 galleons he can kind of micro, especially because the chase isn't that great. Nicov finally getting ballistics here. 38 minutes on a water map. Super late. Vulture count, somewhat even military count, small advantage here for Nicov. Lux only now getting ballistics as well. Not that bad for him, because he mainly stayed on fast fires all game long anyways, and I feel now Lux is somewhat in control. He's getting handcart, getting conscription, so his production will be pretty sick. His eco will be better. Now getting chased back. Nicov has enough resources to upgrade everything, but still. Woodline at the front will get harassed. Those ships need to flee, and she is redocking at the right hand side. It's our first very close game of the day of 7 games in total. Our fast fire ship from Nicov as well. Some demo hits, not the greatest connections ever, trying to flee a bit. And as I said, the raids against the woodline. Nicov, he needs to go for his backwards. He still has enough backwards. Huh. And that's, for example, something that Jordan is doing. He always realizes, okay, let's go for the frontwards in Feudal Age, early Castle Age, because if somehow I'm behind in Imperial Age, then I can just fall back and still have more wood in the back. But now the landing here, no reaction of Nicov. This looks pretty good for Lux. And a player that not a lot of people had on their list for taking a game is Mr. Lux, and he will win this one. GG. We don't have a resigned sign here, but they clearly left the game. Stream ended. The landing was real. More barracks. No reaction possibly from Nicov here. He had 1 barracks, but no stone at all. And therefore, no chance to ever kill those traps. And the challengers will get 1 win. Nicov with a loss that he probably didn't plan on. KD, pretty even, but Nikov's transition simply wasn't that great. The archers with crossbowmen and botkin arrow didn't do that much well. Botkin arrow is something you would have gotten anyways. And then the map control over here in the center didn't do that much. The landing over here at the right hand side completely shut down. Lost 3 villagers. Mangonel trade, I believe 1-to-1 killed, maybe 1. Forced the tower, but yeah. Didn't do a lot at that time. And then Lux sat back, took good fights with fast fires. Especially because we didn't have ballistics and not the real numbers. Because Nicov was up so much later. And tricky stuff. Next player will be ACCM. Not even Nicov can play water. AM will be screws. Well, they still have a lot of time to learn that. And I believe Leary plays some solid water as well. And we have Lux now with 2 wins. Nicov, still 4 games to go against ACM, Jinghua, Yo, and the Max. Now out of Italians, which won't really be the worst thing to not have Italians for Registered Fortress, Coast to Scandinavia, or Bedouins. Can you add matches played next to wins? You could easily do the math here. It's not that tough. You know who has played as master, so they have 7 games, plus if they play today, they're crossed out. So, and everyone who hasn't been master was challenged once or twice. And now someone is at my door. Let's answer. But I will stay with you very soon. Crazy friend is coming over, and I told him, well, I'm casting, I don't have time for you. And he was like, yeah, I will sit next to you. And a girlfriend coming to break up with Nilly. Ay. That story. You have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Doubts. That would be great as well. Passport is still rather small for an esport like Age of Empires. Is Age of Empires really esports? Probably it is, but it's just like the 35th big game or something on Twitch. Probably the same when it comes to prize money, so yeah, not the greatest player numbers. Why did you two said Nicov will win 7-0? There were a lot of them. Speculate started, guys. I can move that to the side again, so that you can see the game room. Next player will be ACCM, as I already said. Viewers equals money. That's true. Age of Empires love and life. That's true as well. AoE is the only true esports. That's not right. But at the same time, Lux is getting 14k viewers and Paladin's getting another 9k. Yeah, well, in China, there's a lot of money compared to what we are doing. Can someone explain settings? Exclamation mark Paladin 1v1 would help you. There aren't really sponsors or people playing it full time, so I wouldn't call it esports. Well, that's just simply wrong. And here we jump into game number 4, and it will be played Malians against Malians. Interesting. So Nicov going with somewhat the strongest Civ, and ACM going for the counter pick to the Goth. If he can get onto the battles against Goth, he's in the perfect spot, but this way, oh well. It's going to be tricky. ACM, what can you really go for? Champ cards? Is that an option? Farimba Cavaliers? Clearly not. Onagers, SO, something like that. I don't really see that as an option either. It's just too costly and can get out micro too easily. And what? It's a Black King indeed. Well, if he's Malian, that kind of makes sense, right? Gem cards won't work against Plumes. Feels bad, man. They have 8 defense, right? And Plumes, how much attack do they have? 13? Oh no, it's more like 6 plus 4 or something. Let's take a look into that, guys. So it will be Plumed Archers they have. Attack 5, but +2 infantry. So 7 + 4 makes 11. So they will do 3 damage per shot against a champ Carl. And yeah, the max confirming that it's 3. And so nearly math checks out. Whoop! Let's bore in. What Nicov is doing, 8 HP on that eagle. So it should take some care, but that's what we're expecting out of him. ACM, what can he go for? Tricky scenario for sure. Everyone was excited when Viper had 200 viewers back in 2014. That's so true. Like, remember that, like, SY against Tyrant, we had like 600 viewers. That was the greatest event at the time. Like, Wars coming semi-finals, something like that. Oh, and I just got a notification. Zero Empires uploaded something on my Dropbox. Oof. Siege Onagers, well, super costly and tough to micro. Maybe Gebetto's Onagers is the option. I think that's the best composition he can go for, but if Plumed Archers and Eagle Warriors are doing a great job, that's going to be so tough. Have you seen the best King Snipe even on registered forges? You mean ever? And then probably yes. But I'm expecting that you will have something else in mind. Oh. Yeah, YouTube really made Age of Empires so much bigger. And Twitch as well. Just think about it. Age of Empires on Twitch is growing faster than Twitch itself. So it's pretty sexy as well. And honestly, I feel with Microsoft's engagement, it will get much bigger in the future as well. But we will see about that. First of all, we're trying to focus a bit on this game, but, well, Emma vs Viper, best King Snipe ever. LB10, that's what I meant. Malian Light Farimba might do it. Well, what are you doing against 5 Halberdiers? Malians can do everything but nothing well. Well, it's all quite fine. Not like Microsoft has any other game with esports potential. Flight Simulator 2019 maybe? Do you think Age of Empires 4 will be mainstream esports capable if done correct, or is it the wrong genre? Well, it won't be a top 5 game, but it could be the best RTS game. And I think it will be bigger than StarCraft 2, at least in the first year after it comes out. That's what I'm predicting. And maybe then it can suck and nothing is, like, no one will play it. But I think that Microsoft is investing or giving a lot of motivation or putting a lot of effort into making it big. Best RTS is still Warcraft 3. Well, it's one of the most enjoyable ones for sure. I will install it after NAC and I will play with Shine and other friends again because it's so fun. Warcraft 3 is just so good. Bigger than StarCraft 2 compared to StarCraft first year? No. I think Age of Empires 4 will be the leading RTS title for at least 1 year. But yeah, that's obviously just random speculation without any real evidence or proof. And therefore, it doesn't really make sense to talk about it at all. Just pray, give them feedback if they ask for it, join the beta, and make it as great as possible, guys. Because obviously, we wouldn't be here You would love this great franchise. That was an incorrect English sentence because I used words twice. We wouldn't be here if... yeah, if sentence shouldn't have would. Ah, okay. What were the speculations about AoE2 DE getting bigger than StarCraft 2? No. H4. AoE2 DE will increase Age of Empires 2 though, I believe. But that's like pretty easy. Nicov pro player, the one? Oh. Not the one, but pro player for sure. The one is Nicov, okay. Why are Mayans best sit in fortress and not arena? Well, because you start with the castle. Mayans are pretty strong in arena as well. But simply having a castle allows you to go on plumed archers, and plumed archers, I don't know if you knew that. They're a pretty good unit. If sentence shouldn't have would, who made that rule? English grammar, it's confusing, guys. Okay, some plumes around. Didn't get any kills though, but we have 6 military out of ACCM. Now with 5 range. I don't really see them getting too many kills off, especially if we see 2 more houses. Don't think that the battles will get in there in time. I have big hopes for AoE2D. Everyone does. English grammar is confusing, said the German guy. Well, German grammar obviously is even more difficult, but sometimes being a native speaker is good. 6 more villagers here for Nicov, although both started with 2 extra TCs instantly. ACM spreading around quite a bit, and well, if he goes on the battles at that point, I think he won't switch away from it later. So are we kind of expecting the composition to be Geppetto Onager? Kind of likely for me. Who Nicov lost to? Eddie, you are late. He lost to Mr. Lux on Islands. $60 FPS. Why is 60 FPS so important? And now a lot of villagers on stone, so Nicov will play these 2 castles pretty soon. Wheelbarrow, don't tell me that Nicov doesn't have wheelbarrow against 57 villagers. Well, that's just a mistake, honestly. Well, the thing is, Hard can't really coach him on that, but I think Leary and MBL should really have a word with him, because that's simply not very efficient. Can you change to team colors? Well, no, I want to have Nicov here at green for every single game, so we can identify with our master of the day a bit more. Geppetto's now coming over, trying to clear up that archer, and that's what they will do. We'll take 2 hits, but 2-0. KD at the moment for ACCM, not a lot of stuff going on, and even some more kills over here. No one really going for relics just yet, and well, Nicov, he will have his 2nd castle pretty soon. We'll continue with plumed archers. Military count only at 3 at the moment though. Kind of weird. And where should he build his castle? I wouldn't mind that hill. Problem is that where are you really trying to ungarrison your traps? Maybe somewhat more on the back of that hill. Tricky stuff. But Nicov, how is he so far ahead in villagers? I don't understand that. Is he having 40 season? I didn't realize? No. Well, no wheelbarrow. Yeah, that's kind of a pickle, but still. ACCM. Look at that. Completely idle TCing. That's idle still. Okay, now he queued up 1 round. How is he behind by 15 here? Oh, and that's the beauty of Mayans as well. Simply going for plumed archers, costing no food compared to the battles that do. And now we see the villagers being sent forward. That castle wouldn't surprise me, maybe... Well, he doesn't know about the castle placement of ACCM, so... Actually, he kind of could, since towers only spawn in range of a castle, or do they not? Yeah, they do. So you should kind of know that the castle has to be more in the front than in the back. And, well, he's doing it semi on the hill. 11 villagers ahead. What is ACM's boom doing? I'm just so bamboozled here. 10 villagers behind without any real necessity. Could snipe another villager here. 4-1 is the KD now. A monastery being added. The late wheelbarrow here by Nicov. 10 villagers still ahead, and I'm kind of expecting just a lumber camp here and then some trap production. And he can sit somewhat over here and still reach the castle. So Tibetos, I believe, could do an okayish job of sniping those traps. And ACM, he is going for champ cults. Guys, the attack we kind of ruled out to be efficient. 3 attack will be seen from the bloomed archers. I don't think that's an option. Oh wait, actually, shouldn't it do 4? I'm a bit confused. Archer is... Didn't we do the math before and max at 3? Now I'm thinking, did I really add chemistry? Huh. Okay, well, we will see. That's all cleared up now. And Nicov with the aggression at the front sees the Gepetto +1 defense. So he kind of knows, okay, for Rimbers is not an option anymore. And DM timing. What is he queuing up first? Conscription at the back. Trap at the front. If lot of sand bracer now as well. And now he sees the attack of the longsword man. Oh, and moving in there a bit too far, but not a big problem. And yeah, the micro potential obviously is absolutely endless here. ACM needs a lot of rams to have a reasonable composition here. Champs alone won't do much. Manual added now, 2 swordsmen and +3 defense on the way. Conscription as well, 10 villages. Seems to be the constant villager difference here. Both players kind of continuing to produce. Wouldn't it be lovely to have a 4cc if you're ACCM as well? With the greatest resources, 15 pop behind. Champs against plumes? Well, it is Malian's champs, so they have a better pierce armor. It isn't like him going for Vikings champs, for example, or Japanese champs. But still, this is what we will see in the next 5 minutes, guys. Infantry units running at plumed archers. They are running away, hit and running. And this will just be so depressing for ACM to play. How can you outcounter this? You need... The only chance is if you chase it down, if you have enough champions to really go at him. So he needs to fall back and then your 5 rams can maybe take out the castles. That's your only chance. Maybe have some traps over here and protect those pretty well. Well, maybe some small misstep here. Well, get some hits off, but not a single kill still. Archer range now coming up, so he will get thumping, will open that area. And maybe, I think I would have waited for 3 traps and then tried to go for the surprise attack at the front. But look at that. Now he has enough to 2 volley those. Tricky spot. KD 15-6. After he had 4-0, so at the moment, basically a 17-2 run. Oh, and it won't get better. How will he ever lose a plumed archer here? Don't see it coming. Now thumping even, focusing down that trap. Can he get it? 12 HP, and he's even splitting those up. 4 HP, the repair not in time. And, well, another plume going... Not another plume going down, more of those champions going down. And, well, ACM went for the gamble. He had the better composition if he was against Goth, but, well... We simply saw Nicov going for the Malians here and finally losing his first plumed archer of the game, kind of. KD now 39-7. This is just brutal, guys. Transportman one after another coming in. ACM, we said Champ Cards is not a viable option. We said maybe Geppetto Onager, but even that could have taken some time. Traps now going down, he can just focus them. Villager not repairing anymore because he is dead as well. Military count 50 to 20. Moving in, he will lose some plumes now. Only wants to buy himself some more time by killing those traps, but now thinks better of it. Piling under 2 towers and a castle. Well, even 4 plumed archers, not the greatest thing in the world. In the meanwhile, Nicov collected 2 relics here at the front and even on the way to collect more. Sending that one back. Does he have a second monastery? No. So just repair thing. And champion upgrade now on the way, but that won't make any big difference. Wow. +2 attack for ACCM, but well, that's not important. He needs like +9 defense or something. That would be better than +2 attack. Because, well, he's not really closing down the distance. Yeah, indeed, 3 damage here per shot. Oh, got it. This is, oh. If you just, well, if you were playing like this without that I know that it's against ACCM, and you told me, well, purple is just a 1700, what advices do you have for him? I actually would give him real advice, because I felt like, yeah, this poor guy, he doesn't really know how to play this game. This looks so helpless. Look, now he's trying to move in and Nico is just toying with him. Now even switching to Eagle Warriors, maybe he's expecting an Onager switch or something. But even then, 60 plumed archers against 24 at the moment. KD more than 4 to 1 now. Small side attack. And that's what I said. If you had the Great Eco and had 5 rams at the same time. Whoops. Trap going down. Then I'd see some merit in that strategy. But this Eco simply wasn't that great. Maybe going on to Geppettos wasn't the greatest option. Maybe just 40C and focus on the boom, just pray that your base was safe enough. He had a great spot here, look at that. He could have added endless amount of farms, maybe even 2 extra TCs here. He was not getting raided. Well, that was somewhat open, but still. Maybe a defensive tower there and then you was fine. Or maybe TC on that hill. I think he could have maybe squeezed one in. But now look at that, plumed archers running around. They're trying to get some kills in the eco here. Population of ACM still somewhat reasonable here at 145. But how can it really get higher efficiently? I still think champ cards are actually a viable unit choice, however they should be used as raiding units and not as kite bait for fast plumes. Well, how could you ever raid? The guy is sitting behind stone walls, has towers, has castles, can easily run back and kite you there, and at the same time you're losing everything because you cannot kill 3 traps? It's not a Huskar unit. Huskars are so much faster than champions, for example. They can withstand arrow fire better and you can produce them faster, so it's different. It's not compared to God War. Comparable to God War. Keeping this 4 to 1 KG alive. Champions moving in again. The tower probably doing more damage than the 10 champions running in there. And like, it has to be such a depressing life for as a champion as well. You see 15 friends of yours that were trained in the same barracks as you, all running into their death, and then the big leader ACM is telling you, yeah, your mission is to do the same, and you are just like, oh, closing your eyes and just running and eating 25 arrow shots to your face and dying as well. Oh, not a beautiful spot now, going down to pop 140 here against pop 180, and Nicov doesn't even need to micro. Clicking back those a bit. KD, guys. Ugh. What can I say, guys? This tournament has been the tournament of late GGs, but now we can see flying it in. Nicov is taking his 3rd win here. Quite a safe performance, but as I said, simply ACM going for the coin flip, if he plays against Goth, we would have said like, oh, ACM, the smartest player in the world, he can do so much. But oh, he has such a good shot and he's so smart. But simply against Marians, you're not looking too sexy here. +4 defense on the way for the Eagles. Wouldn't really change much, and honestly, that's the story of the game. And it's not like 168 cheap units against like 47 super expensive units. It's plumes against, so even super cheaper plumes against champions there. Fields ACCM, man. What can we do? What can we do? And so, next challenger will be Jinghua. Offer, thank you so much. And we won't have Registered Fortress anymore, so we still have Mr. Yo and the Max left. Now Jinghua for Coastal Scandinavia and Bedouins. Marians out of the question here. And I will talk to my visitor for 1 or 2 minutes, but we'll keep a close eye at the spec delay so you won't miss any of the action. I'm back in 1.5 minutes, guys. Don't panic. Why is it so silent here? There we go. Spectator hasn't started, guys, so we didn't miss anything. I hope you're all enjoying the show. If you like this format, we still have 5 more days to go. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be the final day of this format. Speculate now started. Nearly not in AM. Feels bad, man. Did they sign up without me? They signed up without me. What the heck? They did a mistake there. Robo, you need to edit that. All my training to become AM number 5. AM nearly AoE. MBL, why? It was a typo, right? Now Shine even coming over to give him the salt. Yeah, now Ed shined instead of me. You can still be number 5. Not sure if I want anymore. Really not sure. And I'm not sure if I keep the invitation open for Leary and MBL for Lily's Apartment Cup. You still got a shot as a sub. Really in the sub zone. Bench before, not even, what is like benched off the bench? Not even put on the bench. It's just in a level further than MBL. Feels really nearly, man. All my hopes and dreams completely shattered. I'll give you a hack. A hack. A hack. Okay, let's see. We are looking into battle-ins here. And we have a Chinese mirror. Finally, people playing with reasonable civilization. Nicov mismarking his villager a bit here, but now standing 4 at the bottom, 2 at the top here. And on the other side, we have Mr. Jinghua. What's wrong with those shawfish? What's wrong with you? And you see, it's so much better for Nicov. Look at that. In between 2 legs, mass shawfish. If he wanted to go crazy, he could go for berries as well. Not so close with the wood line here. So maybe building the TC here could be an option. Even has spores that aren't that important. We still go for mass shawfish here for sure. And well, map vision of Nicov, somewhat okay. She has 4 sheep running around. Lost the 5th one. On the other side, more sheep here for Mr. Jinghua. And already a mill out. And indeed, we will see the lumber camp before the mill. Something we don't see too often. Huh. That makes sense. Who made Sogom a mod? I think one day he was replacing the Hippo bot because he was down. And every time someone asked like Paladin 1v1, he was passing in the link. So I gave him a mod for that. Because he did a good job. Sometimes it only takes 1 good day of work to be a hero. Our Celts versus Chinese. Well, the start of Chinese is just so much better than for Celts. And the wood advantage isn't really that crucial on this map. So, Celts, probably not even a top 10 pick. But obviously, if you get into late Imperial Age, it will get tricky. If you get onto enough onagers. And maybe some wolves. Haven't done a good day of work in ages. That's why you're not mod here. And as you can see, not a lot of mods around. All on siesta. Isn't that a nice sound? Did you hear fishing? So peaceful. Why is Flow mod? Well, had to be a day very good day by him very long time ago. And he sent like regards to me when I was on NC LAN. So I know the mods were thinking about me. Nicov, early timing. Pop 19 and a second lumber camp. Interesting. I was sending quite a lot of villagers away from these berries, but yeah, you need to have some on wood as well. Otherwise you will not get the barracks and the stable up. I think I would have stayed on one lumber camp here. Huh. Let's give you a kiss. I actually kissed Eddie. Oh god, that was such a funny story at NC LAN. I'll have 50% before the action starts. So we had obviously Eddie at NC LAN, and we had an offline NC zone version. So that's a platform that generates team games for you, gives you different settings, everyone logs in, you get a rating system similar to Wubi, and then it draws fair teams for you. So even if like 16 people are logging in, it will give one equal 4v4 and one equal 3v3, for example. And then we got Arena, and I was with Eddie in team, and I always was like, Arena. It was more like, I say Arena, you say LOL. And then it was Arena, and everyone was spamming LOL, Arena, LOL, Arena, LOL. And all of them were writing it, and it was Arena, 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 Arena. Oh god, I'm that hyper. Arena, and everyone was LOL, LOL, LOL. And suddenly like 15 people start to laugh in the same room. It was so much fun. And in the same game, like everyone had IDCC during that time, obviously. And in the same game, I was asking Eddie, like, Eddie, what do you want? And he was like, hugs and kisses. And I, without pausing, running through the whole LAN room and just giving him a hug and a kiss on his head. And he enjoyed that quite a lot. Skirms! A barrack and a blacksmith. Exactly what we were expecting, right? Or not really? Kind of weird. Big walls here from Mr. Jinghua. And yeah, it was a very Kappa Pride moment. And Jinghua, what is he playing here? Barracks. Now, double archery ranges as well. What is this? The other days we always saw very short distance mass scouts. And suddenly we have a bit of a longer distance and people are switching back to skirms? What year is it? What happened next? We played Arena 4v4 and we won. I had... No, that was another game. What was that game with Eddie? Need to rethink that. No, I like the self-made cookies were from Skittle's wife, but yeah, there was at least one evening with some green stuff as well. Tower hop, not possible. Did build some a house here with 38 HP, but now focusing that down, so he wants to still get in. On the other side, archers. That's obviously not the unit he really wants to go for. You're getting a skirm aggression in your face. Arena, lol. Well, and Eddie, he really had a mission there at the NC LAN. I think he brought like a 1.5 liter bottle of vodka. Tried to drink it all alone. Okay, now going for the big walls here. The big walls of Jinghua. Not to mention his nationality. Now going for some more aggression behind that still. Archers won't really do much. He's sneaking them around, or what's his plan? Indeed. Going for fletching as well now. Walls, some of them at very low HP. 11 HP here I can see. Huh. Was LAN only half a day, or why he brought 1.5 liters? He only stayed 2 nights. But the LAN was Thursday till Tuesday. Another defensive tower. This arena of Bedouins. Arena! Lol. Oh no, he can walk through. He doesn't need to tower this. He can could just walk through. Nicov doesn't know. Nicov doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my band every Sunday. She says she's in church, but she's on her knees. And Scotty doesn't know how. Nicov doesn't know how. Oh, now going for the stone wall here. It's still not walled. It's still open, guys. What is this? And now Nicov is trying to... What? Guys! Am I the only one seeing this? TARDIS, thank you so much for your Twitch Prime and your work for the whole Age of Empires community. This is still open. Ay. Okay, at the other side, Nicov, 500 food, 126 gold. We have some aggression in Curie. Flying in with Twitch Prime as well. Still trying to fight this down. Low HP villagers need to jump into the tower here. Great micro by Nicov. Microing her back, for example. And this one, 7 HP. One single skirmisher clearing this up. Aggression continues over here. Resources for Jinghua, not that great. I think Nicov, oh, in a better spot now again. Come on, bro. Oh, now sneaking around with the villagers. What is he trying to go for? Stone. Okay. Could have had back stone as well. Did scout that. Ugh, this is still open. It's so weird. Oh, we're now rushing in with all the villagers here. Nicov, he still has full HP on his villagers. Skirms, obviously not the greatest damage dealers in this game. Tower going down to 100 HP. Not cancelled. 7 stone left for Nicov. That was a big mistake out of him for sure. Skirm at that side still somewhat active. Now another attack here. How will Nicov react to that? We'll build another archer range defensively here. 2 skirms out. We'll probably lose 1 villager. Oh no. Microing that. Staying active here, and well, the thing is, I believe Jinghua will clear this up and maybe even keep some aggression up at the front, but the castle age timing will just be so much better for Nicov. Staying active here. I wonder when they will find out that you can easily get in here. Who's the challenger? Jinghua. Nicov only 3 villagers on gold. It's not a lot. Jinghua, why is she trying to commit over here? Into towers with same amount of skirmishes? Well, that's just a mistake. What is he doing, Jinghua? Heavy losses for sure. Spearman even helping out. That's a quite reasonable spot. Now the tower not that great, but well, Jinghua had so better numbers. And now we'll lose all of it. Same time being pushed back over here. Oh, tricky spot. Question is, what are we seeing? 1 stable out of Nicov. Would love to see a second one, but at the moment, not enough wood. Continues to produce skirmishes here. That's all cleared up. Villagers still alive as well. Jinghua's resources, well, he can click up pretty soon as well. So roughly a 3-minute difference there when it comes to the castle age timing. Oh, and the pond not really helping him out. We'll have some losses because of that. Oh, and those skirms now intercepting as well, getting elite skirmisher upgrade and botkin arrow. Interesting stuff. Double stable now out of Jinghua as well, and well, he will get the confirmation that we will have at least a knight, but without a lot of upgrades here as well. But then will be mass elite skirmishers. Jinghua, how are his upgrades looking? His eco, not the greatest, is going for farms already. On the other side, not a single farm for Nicov. This is still open. and push away from all his shawfish. This is just so good for Nicov. Simply having all that map control. Does he see the stables? Yes, he sees one. And since he didn't see a single skirmisher, he kind of has to know that this one was added very recently. And therefore he's switching onto camels. Safety goat! With Twitch Prime as well. Welcome to the Hippo family. Okay, Spring didn't show up against Sniper, so you will play against ACCM now. Oh god, this Spring guy. Oh. This is just like a Spring confirmed today in that other series. So there's the red cover at something, I believe it's called. Oh, what is that tower? Somewhere in no man's land. Blocking some of that stone. Crash continues here. Military count at the moment 21 to 2. Well, he will get more knights out. But, well, simply having 3 camels here, that will do some reasonable job. Now going on to CA as well. At what point do players switch to farms or other food sources? Well, ideally, you never want to build farms. You just want to keep expanding and get shorefish. It's so much faster than farms. It only costs you 100 wood and you get a lot of food. Before that you can even take the boars. So it's simply because Jinghua has so little map control, he switches onto farms. And well, his horse color was pretty late as well. Oh, and now Garrisoning is Jinghua here, taking quite a lot of kills first. Camels, I think they should fight. Why is he running? Now focusing down the camels with the archers is the goal, and maybe he just wanted to go, well, I'm not sure. That's an okay-ish fight for Nicov, I would say. Why is he going back? Is he so heavily under-upgraded? Well, he does not have bloodlines. Ah. Tower fort down. Now going for another TC there. Enough camels. Eco advantage. Not that big, but military presence still very nicely in favor of Mr. Nicov. Now going fast infantry and upgrade that Nicov should catch up with as well pretty soon. Funny how the score is still so damn close. Still feel though, Nicov. Just get bloodlines, maybe +1 attack. And then he should be in a fine spot here. Just needs to retreat though. Now going for some more CA. And he will have 3 TCs running pretty soon. 2 at the moment for Jinghua. Continues to produce out of his 2 markets. Now adding a monastery as well. Chinese Cav archers every day. Since Warlord Kingdom came out and someone is building Cav archers with another div than Huns. People are going crazy. Guys, remember, Cav archers are cheaper in Warlord Kingdoms and therefore a way better option. You don't need to upgrade crossbowmen, you have more mobility. It's really a solid unit nowadays. Why is Nicov retreating? Well, I think simply being under upgraded here. Now losing 2 more camels. Weird. Yeah, and under 1 tower. And close to the reinforcements. All true. No bloodlines is really unexcusable. There's so many camels, so many CA as well. And some damage now. What are we witnessing here? Nothing really. 3TC is finally university as well. Did he forget about ballistic? About bloodlines? Kind of has to, right? So cheap with Chinese and Castle Age. Now going for some more monks. What are the blue spots on Nikov's side of the base? Cheap. Somebody could also have used instead of farming early on. And now the CA are going back? Is he expecting a raid of some sort? Now he is starting to add some farms as well. Ballistics for him, and indeed, he is expecting something, right? What's going on here? Did he see something coming? He knows that there was no raid over here to Toshiba untaken. Oh, and he will click up to Imp. Oh la la, something I didn't see. Okay, and Jinghua is now moving out again. Very late wheelbarrow here. Oh la la. Okay, and now that's a scary force. For sure a scary force. And +2/+2 bloodline. Knights and camel composition. Against +0/+1 camel. +2/+1 CA. This is a good fight for Nicov. A good fight for Jinghua, if he can take one. Doesn't really look like it though. Needs to go back further, is taking abuse of the oasis here now. But that will be a loss of all the camels on probably even both sides. Now skirmishes are getting focused down. Let's take a look. Archery ranges more out of Nicov here. Is he's staying on CA? Wow, tricky situation. Military count at the moment 15-7. Make that oh no, that's idle villagers 10-27. And a lot of idols now for Nicov. That early imp without a lot of production. I think some more camels would have been nice, and obviously the upgrades really hurt him. And now another aggressive castle Jinghua. All of a sudden in a very good spot here. They are trying to run for their lives, and all that raid will be stopped eventually because the camel isn't getting focused down. But some villagers will lose their lives for sure. And all the CAs died at the same time. Oh god, that's so brutal. And now he's sending that camel to the front instead of having it over here. I think Nicov is throwing this game. And now I even feel Arbalests are a better option than heavy CA. Oh god, and that raid as well. Nicov completely Titanicking here. That's just like the worst 2 minutes he could have done. Like losing gold, losing all his CA at the top, losing villages over here, still getting raided at the center, not contesting the castle at all. Well, he got to Bracer now. Let's take a look at the resources, and it's not like Jinghua is super far away from clicking up as well. It only needs some more gold. He's now switching into light cav to keep his production rolling. We'll get some raids in over here as well. And if he gets those villages, I believe that's GG. Oh god. Well, knights have a really small line of sight though. Oh, another potential raid here at the gold and the fish again. CAs. Wow. What are those walls? Trying to wall against those knights coming from the south, but from the north there were even more knights on the way. Light cap production continues. Maybe more than 3 stables could be an option for him as well. Oh, charging in against the CA again. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but bloodlines, please. Husbandry, please. So important upgrades for CA as well. And now his starting to see is even on a threat. Military count 25-4, 30 villager advantage, and Nicov again tapping this one out. Not enough camels, not having enough upgrades, and then getting a castle age all in his face without a good defense and being super far spread around. Nicov, yeah, with, I would say, a tactical misstep costing him this game, and all of a sudden Nicov still with a very sick lineup he has to play against. And only 3 wins out of 5 games. There were a lot of fanboys saying, 6-1, 5-2, 7-0, I even heard sometimes. Ah. We'll see about that. Jingo's eco, in the end, so much better, obviously, since he got all the raids in, for so many villagers to be idle as well. Sweet stuff. Jing! Hoo! Ah! Alright. And the next player will be the Max. So we won't have Chinese anymore. And we won't have Paladin. So it will be Coastal and Scandinavia against the Max and Yo. 2 sick games I'm expecting to be coming up here. And we have Jinghua getting up to 2 wins without being a challenger. A master yet. Nicov, if he wants to put himself into better spots, well, obviously he needs to win, but I think he even needs to win both if he wants to keep his dreams alive of becoming first here. Otherwise he will give like points to his direct opponents, Max and Yo. And if they have 3 wins without ever being a master, Nicov can't make it. Yeah. I think if the Max or Yo beat Nicov now, they are kind of guaranteed to finish before him. And the whole tournament. Nicov has 5 wins. Oh, did I not update? Okay, he has 3 today and 1 both yesterday. Yeah, my bad. Still, same thing. If Yo or the Max win him today, I think they will overtake Nicov quite easily. So how many wins should we have now? We should have 14 plus 5, 19 wins. That should nearly math. 8, 9, 19. Okay, now we got the right number. Maybe not perfectly distributed, but at least the sum adds up. But you can get 40 wins, how we count 19? We already had 19 games in this tournament. King Marv, that's what I counted. I am signing up without nearly. How did that happen? Argentina is signing up with Black, Paladin, Aramis, Mass, and Scarbo. ZZ is a Colombian team. Okay. The fight for seed 7 and 8 or place 7 and 8 will be tough. Hey Nili, when will you release your nudes? Depends on how much money you offer. Imagine if someone goes 14-0. Unlikely. Well, how much is that? 1,100,000 $11,111. Oh, $20. Okay, that was just a laugh. Well, $20 not going to happen. Raising your nude is a service to the world. Why would you ask money for that? Actually true. I feel you would be quite a hairy man. I would, but I'm trimming. I've got hairy chest, but as I said. Attempts to the random map 1v1 ladder, it went from 326 to 0 within a day or two. I don't know what your question is. Random map 1v1 ladder, it went from 326 star to 0 within a day or two. What? Ah, you mean 32600s to no one having more than 2600. Okay. Well, just random. It's just random. Nearly hairy. Okay guys, let's jump into game number 6 and the co-main event of the evening. It will be Nicov again playing in green and the Japanese here on coastal against the Max, the Malay. And we'll write chat off. Can we make a crowdfunding for your nude so that you have the money back for NSC? Next question. MBR2 counts lost a lot. 26 points. Yeah, 2600. Well, Viper was maybe below that and he lost some to Viper, right? Oh, Jordan took some wins. Okay. Give an overview of Malay, please. Okay. Malay is one of the 31 Age of Empires civilizations introduced in Rise of Rajas early 2017. It's one of the newer civs. This unique the Zikarambit, the only unit in the game that costs half a population. It's very cheap, not a lot of strength, but can roll over a lot and is more efficient in high numbers. The elephant that all the 4 Rise of Raja civilization have for Malay is the weakest one. It is cheaper though, but missing the crucial +2 and +4 defense means that they are very vulnerable to archer fire. Therefore, archers are not intuitively the counter here against elephants of Malay. We're trying to stream them though, and monks are not a counter in late Imperial Age since it's the only unit that has heresy and faith for their elephants. Malay, otherwise pretty strong on water, because having the harbors and all the attacks for them, allowing the docks to shoot some arrows, some small 6 range, not too important in this map though. And the most important bonus for the Malay is that they advances to the next stage 80% faster. Now you have a lot of different options to abuse that. For example, you can click up with your normal village account, therefore arrive at Castle Age so much earlier, or at the next stage, Feudal Age, Castle Age and Imperial Age so much earlier, but with the weaker eco. Or the other approach could be that you build more villages, click up later, reach Feudal Age at the same time, respectively Castle or Imperial Age time at the same time, but have the better economy. Did I miss something? Malay? That's Japanese? Advancing. Fish traps. Oh, fish traps and unlimited food. But that's so rare. Dogs 100% line of sight. Wow. Was that okay? If you could read up, I have a good question. Challenge video for you. Can you try like no army till 20 minutes, but no walls, only your buildings acting as walls? You can lame as much as you want. Well, that's pretty easy, honestly. Not a big challenge, but yeah, next challenge day is coming up, and I will play your challenges there. And as usual, $5 investment into the NAC will guarantee you that I will play your challenge. So it doesn't really sound exciting, but I will still play it for you if you really desire to see it. Can Samurai one-shot Karambits? No, I don't think so. But a Karambit has 30 HP in Castle Age. The Samurai does like 8, I assume? Maybe plus 6 damage. 50 minutes then. Well, that's a tricky one. Tower is also not allowed. Okay, that's something you didn't say. But even then, well, it's just mass walling, right? As I said, the next troll day of challenges will come up. I will have a full 8-hour shift at least for one of my 100-hour day streams with all the troll challenges. I did start to get the schedule. If you have any more ideas for my schedule for my 100-hour stream, go over to my Discord and post there. People already had great ideas. I will absolutely include them. Nicov, by the way, going for the M&A aggression, did have a dog here, but are they actually getting food? He has fishing ships that aren't working. LOL! What is this? Error, error, error. Okay. Well, cooking with Nearly, it's going to be one part of it as well, yeah. And next tower up option here for Nicov on the way. Now reaching fuel age is the max here. Will be able to build a defensive tower as well, but will allow Nicov to get in here, who is also on stone over here with 4 villagers. So more towers coming up. Not sure if I like that tower too much, but he doesn't know about the defensive tower over here. Oh, it's only outposts. Okay. Challenge, get 50% matches on Tinder as a man. Yeah, that's not possible. Rules, only searching for females. No age restriction, no location restriction. Oh, that's not possible. Like 50% match, like if I use my own pictures, it's not possible. They're working now, I think. I helped! Guys, we helped! Well, yeah, somewhat. Not with that attitude. Not with that face, guys. Oh, we will do a Tinder session as well. And we will also, could at least emotionally be the highlight for me. By the way, 7 more villagers and 4 more fishing ships for the max at the moment. But he doesn't have any military buildings, right? Why is he not building a barracks? Archery ranges would be so good for him. Will be a poker or a quiz where I will give we'll ask questions that are impossible for you to know, and you have to guess the right numbers. And whoever gets closest will get a free subscription. And I will try to prepare like 10 questions of those. I think that should be a lot of fun. Can you get Jordan to join a Tinder session? Well, we are already matched. And he has emotions. Off stream, I do. Vegetarian challenge. No sheep, no boar. We have the vegan Teuton challenge. We already did that. No sheep, no boar, no deer. With Teutons. Wasn't a fun game. Oh, let's take a look. Now we can focus a bit more on the game. As I said, Nicov now heavily catch up with villagers here. I have no idea how that happened. Some losses here for sure for the max. M&A is still active. Towers still doing some damage. Fishing ship super protected for both players at the side. More villagers going down. The max suddenly one down. And total panic farms here. I have no idea what is going on with him. Now going for barracks. No archery ranges. He might have been watching or listening to the stream. And might have been too confused from all the stories here. And all the trash talking that I did before. Nicov fish idle again, so they count as wilds. Ah, what? Okay. Ah, that's how it works. Okay, okay. Teaching Tinder at NAC will king FH Empires though. Well, I could give them some Tinder coaching, but who needs it? Like, yeah, Jordan desperately. Not doubt. Leary isn't. I think Leary isn't even allowed to use Tinder yet. I think it's only from 18 years old on. So I can coach MBL, Viper, Jordan. Max has galleys. He has 3 military, so he has to have something. Some fire galleys for sure. Exactly those 3. But the fish of Nicov isn't that great anyways. Tower aggression now continues and we can somewhat start thinking about this game. Another fire galley though, and that's actually a good addition. For the max, he will instantly scout the dock. Let's take a look. Oh, and the 100% more line of sight is really helping him out. Look at that dock. Look at how far he can see. It's a bonus that I didn't mention at the start. Because I thought it wouldn't be effective in this game, but actually it will. But definitely need some Tinder coaching. Okay. Yeah, I would give the Viper some grinder coaching. Yeah, he doesn't need Tinder coaching for his home, but maybe when traveling. Implying to give grinder coaching. Okay, villagers now even again. Fishing ship better for the max. Now some rage. The tower even killing the galley there. Great move. Let's take a look. Demo even around. And Nicov might get water control all of a sudden here. He's completely palisade walled as well. So counterattacks is not really an option. Melee. The max though. With a reasonable amount of resources. So he can click up pretty soon. But Nicov not too far behind him. And we are actually into a very serious good game here. If I wasn't the trash talking guy. Always mentioning other stuff. We could have witnessed that a bit more. Oh, that's scout against villagers. Seems like the scout is going to win. Or is he? No, villager with 1 HP surviving. M&A is around. Oh, not finishing those quick walls. Now splitting off. M&A trying to be active here. Will kill her. But losing one M&A friend at the site. And Nicov buying some food, so he will click up any second. And indeed, he is now another lumber camp. And what is his unit choice? He still has some aggression over here. 300 stone out of him. Still 2 on stone, so not really trying to go for any castle shenanigans. Only 3 on gold. That's not a lot. For me, that kind of sounds a bit like skirmishes. Why is he focusing down? Oh, wood upgrade only now. Why is he focusing down the fishing ship, not the fire galley? I think winning the 2v1 fight here is so much better. Oh, interesting. Max now moving out. Did he repair that tower? Interesting. I'm moving back a bit. Feels like he might go for a siege workshop here. Wouldn't be surprised to see some mangonels and the tower action. Huh. Now finally deciding to go for a unit. And really make up his mind for quite some time. I'm expecting a siege workshop to be dropped here, yeah. And maybe a second stable could make sense. I think since he is not able to produce anything, just do all the eco-ups now. The stables is late, the siege workshop is late, and look at, oh god, Oscar double with X. Well, those are not the eco upgrades I meant, but yeah, okay. Really hasn't said anything that Nicov played without gold. Well, that's why he built the TCs, guys. That's why he rushed the market. That's why he didn't build archery ranges. It's something you can see. I don't always have to tell you. I don't start the game with like, oh, Nicov is building villagers. That's something you can see. Only telling you things you can't see. Like, oh, big mangonel shot. Seven villager advantage now. I think easily snacking that relic and then going back. Outpost, I like that quite a bit. Though a bit more offensively would have been nice. Yeah, like this is pretty sexy. Another tower now. Oh, I need to squeeze through here. And now another monastery, but I don't think we have redemption just yet. Maybe... Huh, what could he go for? I think Mangonels himself could make a lot of sense. We'll lose that that TC very likely. And mass villagers on gold now. That is a 1 TC Monk siege push. Second monastery. Broken arrow finished, and now we see redemption out of the max. Debating with that knight. Mangonel's still alive here. Oh, it's actually out of range. So weird. And villagers, they should stop repairing redemption. What can redemption really do? We need to see Nicov maybe get onto atonement now. And the town center will fall now. Now going for the next tower. Going heavily onto that gold. Redemption now finished. Oh, and he should know what's up. Now sending in a knight. That's actually a good thing if he's sending in the knight. If he gets converted there, he can convert back the monk. He could not convert back the mangonel. And that's indeed what he's doing. The push continues. More defensive towers. And 5 mangonel aggressions. Just so tough. Guard tower upgrade now flying in, but will it really help him? He's not having enough arrows out. And that's just relentless aggression. 10 villagers still behind, as you can see. I wanted to say 1 base all in, but actually he's adding 2 more TCs now. No real, doesn't really want to get any conversions against his mangonels. Scout now moving in, and oh, 3 hits that, kills his own mangonel, loses 1 monk, kills another monk. That was still okay-ish for Nicov, I would say. Would love to see more towers from him though. He's up to 378, so like 3 more towers over here in that area. He could just continue to push, could also kill all the monks. And what is this? Wow, how is he thinking that tower will ever be a good idea? Well, actually it is. The tower will go up. Now, why is Nicov sending all his mangonels away? He is trying to take another approach and will try to kill that TC now. In the meanwhile, the max with a very ballsy move and just getting a very aggressive tower up here. Guys, keep the chat friendly. Oh, one mangonel converted here needs to kill the old mangonel, kind of. Scout now moving in. Can he kill that? That should not have happened. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Nicov has this one pushing in. 13 villagers behind, and production still running reasonably well. At the moment, the Toman is flying in. No real production of more mangonels. He's now killing quite a lot of villagers here. Oh boy. And suddenly, only 4 villagers different. Can he kill that monk? Tries to micro back with this one. Low HP on the mangonaut. Trying to commit here. What a dance! What a dance of that monk. Sweet stuff. And just surviving. Oh no, he shouldn't send in this one. Repair, and now he gets another shot off and, well, kills this one. Tower. But some of it just could lose their lives. Good positioning by the tower, I have to say. Slightly behind it so that the mangonauts always run in range. Uh-oh, now trying to go for more repairs. Suddenly Nicov soon to be having more villagers here. Get to convert against the mangonel. No reconversions. Japanese obviously have redemption as well, so could be his option. And he is just going for... What happened here? What are those two villagers doing? Where are they coming from? Where they're going to? How did they get in? Oh, it's open over here. Oh, lol. What is this? And now he's just rebuilding the TC here. In the meanwhile, he has this gold. What are we witnessing, guys? And now just going back. The wolf continues to chase. Max going for gold and stone upgrade. Nicov far away from him. Let's take a look. The Max, well, just couldn't really produce since he only had 1 TC. Very aggressive game. The Max now going for atonement as well. And it seems like both villagers with their trip might even survive this. Oh no, one will die against the wolf now. Yeah, the other one should maybe run into the wolf as well. Next aggression over here, left hand side. Let's take a look if we see some more conversions. Full advantage now helping out. Knight is converted. 1 mangonel as well, trying to micro back. 2 mangonels converted. And this was the perfect defense here for the Max. Look at that. He is just shredding this so nicely. Reconverting some is Nicov though, and even killing his own villager. And lost all his mangonels. This was okay for the Max for sure. We'll lose some control over that side, but still, stopping that was just so nice for him. Are these guys noobs? How do I put this delicately? No, they are not noobs. Nicov up to him. Let's take a look at his stone count, shall we? Oh, castle on that hill. So trying to get control over all those gold spots. How much do we have left here? Well, that's still okay-ish. Now the Max going for crossbowman. And where is he adding those archery ranges? At the end of the map here. Weird. Trying to reinforce those walls. Nicov has a stone gate here. Nicov leaving in builds. We'll see what those traps will do. Casual wheelbarrow timing after clicking imp again. This is just... Ah, it's my broken record day, guys. Always repeating myself of what I don't like. But it clearly is proven to be a big mistake. And another castle. I think this one could have been a bit more aggressively. Wouldn't mind to see it over here. You see, there's not a lot of army to challenge it. Well, those monks were caught off guard. Only converting one villager. Him now, and the max is clicking up as well. Won't be up that much later. Take a look. His stone spot, he still has that one at the side. This one at the front is blocked. And where was this other one? You have one at the TC. Am I confused? Where's this other stone spot? Oh, okay. Confused, nearly is confused. Obelisk tag now for Mr. Nicov as well. Now we do the game. Where's the castle? Where's the castle? There's the castle. 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 Okay, now going for traps and archery ranges. So both going for obelisk for sure. And I wanted to stop the pyramid, but didn't even need to. Bracer now for Nicov, and nice expansion here at the right hand side. Max really getting a lot of control, and then it will be obelisk against obelisk fight. Nicov with some more numbers, and well, simply the gold control will be so much better for him. Maybe the Max can raid that, and then he gets onto another 2.3k gold. Very nice. And that one is scouted by Nicov. No, he has no idea. Now trying to go for the raid in the center. Mong's probably not really the unit the Max wants to go for now, if you only have limited gold. And Nicov not really... shouldn't really fight with like 4 obelisks. Should wait for like 15 to move in. Weird. And more? What is this? Nicov, why is he moving in with so few obelisks there? Just a big mistake. Giving the monks so much more of efficiency. Obelisk yet as well. Those 2 traps, well, they can keep firing from here quite some time. They can still kill quite a lot of houses, farms, mining camps, and stay active over here. And the Max, he's sneaking around. He has 10 more pop, and now moving in with some more obelisk raidings here. Going for chemistry, going for elimination, ballistics finally for Nicov on the way. He's going for +1 defense as well, making his skirmishes so much more efficient. I'll brew in your team and say, come on, bro. Oh, that would be good. Now the skirm switch for the Max as well. He's getting +2 defense and elite skirmishes as well. Nicov, moving in here, will kill the starting TC of the Max, but I still believe this is a super open game. Now going for conscription is Nicov. Obelisk more to the front, traps around, and those are 4 traps. They can easily get that guard tower down. But the big problem is, where is the production of Nicov at the moment? Only 3 archer ranges, 4 archer ranges. He needs to get more running here. Population dead, even more traps. Could maybe focus down some of the skirmishes as well. For now, he's going for the archer range, and let's see. Well, that was a focus on some skirmishes for sure. But didn't get any hits in. Some skirmishes going forward, some skirmishes retreating. What are we seeing here? Probably misgrouped them a bit. And this looks like Nicov is pushing in here quite nicely. And that aggression not doing too much. But now we see the +2 defense for those karambits. And that's what we said in the intro. A very interesting unit. The only unit in this game that costs half population. And Cataparuto flying in for Nicov, allowing his traps to instantly, or not instantly, but way faster, pack and unpack and shoot, just like bombard cannons, basically. And that just makes them so much stronger. And then he doesn't even need rams, he can just go for the big attacks. Let's see how he will deal with that. And now you can see how they are firing this out. And this castle has no chance of surviving. Look at those shots. So fast. Pop 160 to pop 146. This is Nomad, yeah, but people get confused why this could be Nomad, because obviously Nomad is designed off of Coastal. So the map design looks pretty similar, if you just look at the minimap. Today you learned. 146 out of 149 pop now. Really needs to get some more houses for himself. Trying to get more archery ranges, but once those 4 traps are getting up to this hill... Huh. He will kill all those archery ranges. And now planting himself down. Not sure if I like this too much. The ram is coming in. He needs to focus down that ram even. Maybe killing the monks, maybe killing some of the archers with the traps, but he is losing quite a lot of them. Army count at the moment 67 to 40, so the numbers are better for Nicov, but will lose some costly traps here for sure. And it's always fighting uphill. Cap ram upgrade is now flying in. Aggression here at the side with Karambits, nothing. Left hand side is pretty safe as well. So all the big fights are in the center. 40 more pop now here for Nicov. He could convert the traps, well, but he cannot convert traps from distance. He needs to get close to them, and then he will just lose them for sure, because too many arbalestings comes way around. Rams and traps, you need to close the distance for converting. Same like with buildings. Anything else you can get closer, you can convert from distance, I believe. Oh, adding some war galleys over here wouldn't be bad. What do you think, guys? Pop 185 to pop 130. Max now needs to run with his skirmishers. Simply going for mass skirmishes is so easy. Max not having any good light cav, not having any gold, so kind of makes it an easy game for him. Now goes for +1 defense for his infantry as well. Maybe he is expecting the light cav switch, but just wants to increase some fighting power on his samurais here as well. Now we see rams coming over, but just 50 more pop for Nicov. So good. Now adding more archery ranges. Let's take a look how he's keeping them running. Not too well at all at the moment. I would love to see some more traps, but he keeps on spamming those samurais. +2 defense for them and squires. So that's basically his answer to the cat rams as it seems. Forging now for the max. What is he going for? Only 1 barracks, no stable. Karambit production out of 1 castle. Keeps flying in, but normal Karambits, no elite Karambits, and well, samurais will just shred them. Elite samurais even more. That like, they will just evaporize. Against that, Karambits won't do anything. Oh god, this will be one of the most one-sided fights we will ever see. Karambits are trying to attack this hilly area. Elite samurai, arbalest, elite skirmishes on a hill. That's not going to work out. Does he have some army to the left hand side? Yeah, he will try to go for the like 180-degree angle. But oh no, that's not going to work. And well, Nicov is now leaving that hill, so maybe that's somewhat of an option. Karambits are now flying in. Samurais right hand side moving in against the skirmishes. Arbalest to the left. That's not the greatest thing ever. Karambits now going back. Samurai number are pretty low, and that's a bad fight for Nicov. And I said it's the most one-sided fight you will ever see, and oh boy was I wrong. Nicov heavily mishandling this. Now he will get some kills done, but all the samurais are dying before that. Maybe the traps are going down as well, and that was a big misplay by Nicov here. Beautiful play for them by the max, waiting for the losing position for Nicov, but still he has the hill, he has the scorpion, the skirmishes on here, and we'll get some stuff done. Karambit now trying to move in, not really going to happen, but Nicov staying strong on that hill for sure. Relic count 2 to none. We had some more picked up, but they all got ungarrisoned. Now the siege workshop switch, but well, instantly shut down here. Trap on the hill. And we'll kill that. No, won't kill that farm. And GG, the max, I said, will be the most one-sided fight. Wasn't really it, but it was game ending nonetheless. Nicov with so much map control here. Look at his great eco. His production was flying in as well. And Karambit in the end couldn't do much. The max, the big story of the game was that he had very little control over the gold. Not really over the stone either. The fish for all the players wasn't super great. He went for some endless fish traps. They're not endless anymore, guys. Feels bad. And yeah. I bet my AOC career on that minute one for context. What's going on? So, GG for Nicov here. Nicely seeing how bad the map was for the max. Trying to abuse that. I think more towers. Yes, I'm a tower indeed. Could have done some more. But his aggression was nice. Kill a lot of villagers there with all the mangonels, and the max had some troubles getting enough towers out. He cannot really go for cavalry, he cannot really go for infantry, cannot really go for archers. I think the Monk Redemption defense with towers was the right option, but a bad map against the strategy. Maybe he should have played more aggressively on land. Did go for 2 docks there and was pretty much exposed, and therefore Nicov is taking his 4th win. A very important one for him if we take a look at the whole series and the whole tournament. Fish traps are actually a fast source of food. Pretty sure they are not. Very sure. Usman said if Max wins, he quits AOC. Okay. Well, I heard that so often and no one ever quit it, so it's not really what I care about. The max now up to 6 wins, and the last game of the day, guys. It will be Mr. Yo against Nicov on Scandinavia. What civilization will we see? We still have Berbers as an option. We still have no Mongols. Koreans potentially? Somewhat tricky. Burmese, if you want to go crazy. Nomads, more Mongols. One of the potential best civilizations here. You genuinely would have? Okay. Max up to 6 wins, yeah. Didn't I update it? Yeah. No, not the max. Nicov is up to 6 wins. And it's an 8-day format, guys. So the series will end after 7 games, no matter the score. Vikings on Scandinavia? Oh, no. I think Vikings are one of the worst civilizations you could pick on Scandinavia. Guys, I will take a small bathroom break and then we will have the highlight of the day. Nicov against Mr. Yo, flying in your way. Because you were so nice to me today, I will give you another hype song. And we will be back in 2.5 minutes. Nicov against Mr. Yo. Let's see what civilizations they will pick. I'm excited.
Jonke. Jonke.
Guys, this is what I call timing. And let's just jump into game number 7, shall we? It is Mr. Nicov against Mr. Yo here on Scandinavia, and we have an Aztecs-Mayans war with somewhat of a short distance on somewhat of an unwallable area, or at least a very tricky one. As we all know, we cannot wall on those areas. So, this will be a very big fight for the gold spots, for the deer, for the boars maybe as well. And yeah, first boar being lured here by Nicov. Aztecs against Mayans. Obviously Nicov didn't have Mayans as an option anymore. And those are the deers for Nicov. Therefore the deer in the center are the ones of Mr. Yo. If they wanted to dock, it's easier to dock the south, and that's one of the reasons why Vikings is so bad on Scandinavia. If you dock into the same lake, not having fire galleys is really bad. Oh, bad on Nicov trushing first. I don't think he will trush. Don't think so. Mayans so popular on this cup. Well, they are a good civ, right? And perform well against a variety of other good civs. Just preparing my sugar water. Looking into the same lake. Well, looks like it, right? Most people don't know that their enemies. Oh well, Nicov should know now that that Yo is so close, but he already is putting the dock down. And well, Yo is going for it as well. Vikings are from Scandinavia. Ah. Sugar-free sugar water. Kappa. Maybe some water over here from Nicov. Or what is he trying to go for? Well, we'll get tricky. He would lose that villager if the eagle wanted to attack him, but his own eagle isn't that far away. So that's a fight that Yo maybe shouldn't take. I hear another boar, number 3 here, flying in. Losing some HP here. And again, fishing ship. No waypoint on the dock. So weird. Uh-oh, and that villager will get blocked. think Yo shouldn't attack the eagle. He should just wall off the boar. Would make so much more sense. Oh god, not the damage output and then try to wall the villager at the same time. Oh, tricky stuff. Okay. -1. And where is the other boar? Huh? Is that the second boar only? For Mr. Yo now? I'm trying to find the other ones, but that's only 3 boars, right? Could this be 2 against 3 boars? Not really, right? Oh, there is the other one. I didn't see that. Okay, so unfortunate start here for Mr. Yo for sure. Nicov trying to keep his hopes alive to win this whole tournament. He wins this one against Yo. I believe he's in a good spot. On this area now, not the greatest goals as well. But, well, he can fit a mining camp in there. That is reasonable. But this will be Plundage FC. Therefore, he will lose that water. And Ignorantio. Chato awful. Plumes need a nerf. Do they? Not enough people are complaining about them. What is Yo going for? Still not his. Here at the front. Now pop 30 up, 25 villager, 4 efficient ship and 1 eagle. Walling that off. Now sending 2 villages to the front and he will wall himself completely. Will have 1 stone included, but without any farms? Is he just going on to archers? No, that's way too late, right? Meanwhile, Nicov going for 2 dogs. And that's it. Oh, you're really scared now, sending villager 3 and 4 to wall this off. 3 on stone now, but as I said, without any farms, no deer. That's not a fast castle from Mr. Yo. And Nicov even killing those. Actually, could have even went for them. But that's tough to know. What is the strategy of Yo, Mr. Yo? We need to build a defensive tower now as well. Oh, yo. Plumes are better than Chukunus. In a 1-1 fight. Plumes have, I believe, 2 defense armor. That's pretty nice for them. Oh! You taking the palisade wall or the fishing ship? Okay, not building the defensive tower yet. That's good for him. Now a mill. You didn't have a mill yet, and you need a mill to build a market. Now goes for some stone walls over here. Yo in full Titanic mode. Losing his fish, now going for 1 fire galley as a defense, but that is just a waste. Buying himself maybe some very little more time. Oh, he couldn't even farm because he didn't have a mill. Oh, this is a bigger Titanic than I thought it would be. Not very optimal with his villager placement on the gold there as well. Now starting to farm this up. What a game by Mr. Yo. Oh well, at least he sneaked 1 fire galley through. We'll get a fishing ship. And now Yo, is he losing his eagle? What is going on with Mr. Yo? Idle TC now as well. Look at those villagers. That's all. I believe someone is smurfing for him, honestly. This cannot be Mr. Yo. What is going on? Total Titanic walls. Bad micro. And Nicov is up to castle edge any second. And he will just do a monk push through the center. Nothing some villages on stone. And how do you think Yo can... Well, he can build a defensive castle, yeah. So that's a stop. But even then, Nikov's eco will be so much better. Luckily for Mr. Yo, that side of the lake, that river here, doesn't have the greatest fish. What time is Argentina? I believe 15 minutes to midnight. They are GMT +8, I believe. Nicov, nice block here. Getting, I'd say like 15 more damage than without a block. Yeah, and Yo doesn't really have a sleeping rhythm. He can easily play to 6 AM. Just think about it, I forced them to play till 8 AM in the morning on the last Let Your Teammate Die, and they've still performed like gods. Okay, 1943. Food prices at 146, wood at 120, so people heavily try to exchange that. Villager now around? Well, that's a good move for Mr. Yo. Okay, what's Nikov's plan? Siege Workshop first, I like that. He knows that he needs to apply the pressure here, so Siege Workshop before the monastery. Makes a lot of sense, 1 extra TC as well. Knows that it will get kind of tricky to break through here. I love that talk from Mr. Yo though. Some attack against those stone walls. And Mangonel first. Not going for any monasteries. Okay. Knows that he killed the eagle. So he's not that scared. Mr. Yo going for town watch. Wants to see what is going on here in front of his base. For now, he's safe. Could easily get landed around here though. Everything could be up and oh! That's a smart move. Warning that off. Oh, but losing that villager. So now Nicov knows that this lake potentially belongs to Mr. Yo. Needs to wall this off as well, but yeah, I like this. It's a real threat that either units are just simply going through here or... what is that? Sneaky move. Good job. Oh, well, he was just putting the villagers to get the castle up. It's not that he reacted so quickly. Okay. And, well, I still believe we need some walls here. Otherwise, those walls didn't do much then. Nicov now, 6 villagers ahead. See number 3 on the way. Not contesting the top. Well, he's sending 1 villager now. Only 16 HP though. Going for some water control. And the fish now could even be better than for Nicov. Slowly running out of it. CC number 2 for Yo. Well, let's say he did survive. Advantage clearly on the side of Nicov, but Plume Dodgers can do some wonders. We will see how this will be played out, and well, he walls this after all. It stays heavily on stone. So maybe even going for a second castle here. Siege Workshop, isn't that? Okay, he tried to get one here, but then decided to go for the TC first. And now it's building a Siege Workshop outside, going for Botkin Arrow. Nicov is walling that one off. KD at the moment 10 to 5. That's mainly on the water, I believe. Land units, we might have seen only like one eagle going down. That's maybe it. Potentially, right? 10 villagers, the advantage at the moment. Let's take a look. How much stone does Nicov have? Because I think he needs to get a castle up here and try to trap Mr. Yo. I'm the best left-handed player. Skittle is a lefty as well. Had 6 monks on a vault. Well, let's see. Mr. Yo, Magnum Micro actually getting some good hits off. This is tricky. Needs to get a shot off, and he does. And gets the kill. Whoa. Whew. A second reaction there by Nicov. Revival by Mr. Yo. I don't even want to take a look at Nicov here. And that's no wheelbarrow again. And up to him. Let's take a look. Where will he build his castle? Now 2 monks out. 1 mangonel. Jumping into the CC. And uh-oh, Mr. Yo will build another castle. Probably here at the front. Oh yeah. Going for the aggressive one. Maybe ground attack now. Ground attack now. He could see it. Oh, the castle could have died. Oh, this is tricky. He needs another mangonel. Okay, 1 out now. Ooh. This will be a big dance. Okay, well that was good for Mr. Yo. For sure. Oh, mangonel trying to trade against each other. Yeah, they get the 1v1 trade. Another siege workshop. Didn't know that Nicov had 2. Now going for the villagers. And he's still getting some. If he now focuses correctly. No, okay. Well, I think that could have been managed way better by Nicov, but easier said than done. And in the meantime, Nicov, where is he building his castle? Okay, back here. So he will easily trap that castle. No problems at all. Trying to get some more relic control over here. Does he see those 2? Let me check. One over here, the other one not seen so far. Hank is messaging me. Oh, 15 minutes ago. That was weird. Something popped up, but it wasn't Hank. Okay, never mind guys. 22 villagers, the advantage. Now we'll lose at least 1 castle. And Mr. Yo, look at his food. Tricky one for sure. +2 defense here for the infantry, meaning we will see Eagle Warriors. Or maybe even Elite Eagle Warriors in quite a bit. Eco, not super nice for Nicov as well though. And oh, even switching focus away from the castle towards the outpost. That makes a little sense to me. Second trap out, and what's the plan for Mr. Yo here? 3 TCs running, trying to catch up in that regard. Plumed archers. Now building a ram. It's Ovre. Guys, Moonforce 1991 said it. It's Ovre. Like all the Nintendo games said. GG. Game over. I hope that's the... My girlfriend is breaking up with me that way. Nearly. It's not you, it's me. But it's Ovre. Mangonel trade. And one again, Eagle Warriors. Well, in those small numbers, they aren't doing too much. Needs to go back with his traps now as well. Nearly bullying his viewers. But only to entertain other viewers. Three CC's running at the moment. On the other side, we have only 2 TCs for Nicov. He's not really doing much. Now getting another castle up there at the side. Magna micro is still somewhat important. How did he think that it was a good idea to get 2 monasteries at the side here? And well, those are now in garrison. Oh, nice ground attack here. Hallelujah. And a lot of idle farms, I heard, yeah. So eco of Nicov not really running too well. Waiting for that castle to go up. Can he maybe save that monastery? Would be pretty nice. 26 HP on that one. And Yo building another siege workshop here at the side. What for? Lost that one. Probably to go into more mangonel trades. And indeed he's queuing that up. 649 stone for him now. Good luck finding new opponents. What? Eddie was nearly your first kiss. Well, Eddie didn't kiss back. I only kissed him. Okay, Yona on the way to Imperial Age as well. We'll lose that castle though. Is he maybe trying to rebuild another one? I think back here would make somewhat sense. Mangonel, can he maybe get the biggest shot ever? Well, 1 for 1. Hurting some of the Eagles as well. +4 defense on them though. So hard. With that 7. So are the plumes doing like 1 damage at the moment? 2 damage? 2 damage I believe, right? Now opening those walls to let the plumes in, but 1 eagle chased him down. Actually blocking himself. So many villagers going down at the front here. Villager advantage is 15 at the moment. Will easily climb above 20. Where is the production of Mr. Yo at the moment? Building a castle very defensively. And just needs to hope that his plume archers will do the job for him. Ah. Does it cost resources to repair buildings? Yes. If you repair it 100%, you have to pay 50% of the cost. TC, by the way, it's 70%. Three traps trying to rain this down. TC is coming in. If Yo loses this one, he's just trying to repair this, and this has to be game. Losing all those plume darts as well. I'm not sure if he really realized, but yeah, he did. Oh god, TC. Nicov, 5-2 in his master day. Somewhat what we expected out of him. If you like those format, guys, make sure to tune in the next 5 days where we will have all the other masters. We had Belize, ACCM, and now Nicov. So a lot of Chinese power is coming up in the future as well. Let's see how they will play this out. Damn, if only Nicov didn't throw that Bedouins game. That's so true. Well played by him. Yo, just with a horrible start, and he continued to play, but was a tough one. 2 boars behind the woodline, 1 block, the second one super late, deer super open. In every other scenario, this would have been a restart, but this tournament doesn't have any restarts, therefore he had to play it. Maybe some super crazy walls at the front, but as I said, who controls the center wins the game, and that's what Nicov did. Achievements. More kills for Nicov here, better eco for him, obviously as well. The better timings here, look at that, 1943 going FC with fish. Just a horrible scenario. Upping without a mill there, that was really the face palm scenario. And we will update the score, guys. We will have Nicov now taking the lead with 7 wins. Release. No shot of ever taking anything here. What is with my green screen?